kick to the gut.
I like it.
Yo, I only have 4 words for you today, my brother. I am the table.
Oh, we gotta go right there, straight ahead.
Oh my God, it's Mr. Young.
And it's for in the building. We are coming in hot with the memes, bro.
Yeah. Okay, I think this might be something that only I'm very tickled by. I don't know about you. I haven't been checking the social space, But has this taken off? Has this whole I am the table promo become a thing, or are people like, oh, okay lah, cool?
Man,
cool.
Logan Paul is way ahead of it. He already posted a table meme of himself on his Instagram.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he woke up the next day. He's like, bro, I just called myself a table, bro. What the fuck?
No, and he's the type of guy who's like, you know what, just roll with it. Freaking roll out the table memes. Let's go. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, all right, yeah, let's actually do this. Get his graphic designer, put together something. You know how long it took me to put that thing up? It took me a while.
Oh my God.
That picture of, yeah. But,
very well done, bro. Very well done.
Thank you. It brought me great pleasure doing this week's graphics to okay, I need to put him on a table because he said he was a table.
Oh my God. Okay, if you Google or if you went, I don't know where his IG story still has that particular post. He literally created his face superimposed on a table and basically he's look like a table.
Like a 3D table.
Yeah, like he literally, his face is placed on the table. You know, like the bear in the big blue house got the moon and the face.
Oh, nice. Dip Royalty, how's it going? Saleh, good to see you. Irvin says his soul is ready. Ready for some wrestling? All right, we got lots of wrestling to talk about. And yes, we will get to that crown jewel presser, what do they call that?
I don't know whether it's a debacle, but
no, it was very much a well planned out thing. You know what this harkens back to? Oh my God, I guess we are jumping into it. No, we are not. We got to save the best for last. But I just want to throw it out there. It reminds me of a time when Mike Tyson and Stone Cold. Remember that breath? My favorite wrestler, Cold Stone. Then
I can't believe you actually said that.
Son. Yeah, I know, right? But
that was a great time. What WrestleMania 14?
Yes.
It was Michaels and Stone Cold, right? The build up to that WrestleMania.
That's right. And then you had Mike Tyson doing the I've joined DX, and actually he turned, blah blah blah. We all know the story, right? But I'm like, okay, I'm getting the vibes, man. Like it's different, but it's mainstream, which is what WWE and pro wrestling needs.
It's very fascinating. I mean, we'll touch on this later, but seeing the promotion from Logan Paul's point of view, how he promotes this to cater to his mainstream audience and followers. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, but we will dive into that in just a little while. In the meantime, though, hey, everybody, please drop by the chat and say hi. How are you on this Monday? We want to know how you are as well. I have to ask you, bro, how are you today? How is your mental health?
I'm good. Mentally very stonk.
Okay.
Had a good break over the weekend. Like I mentioned last week, I celebrated my girlfriend's birthday. So if the girl's happy, the lady's happy, I'm happy. I can rest this whole week, bro.
You know what they say, right? Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. Even though I need to say something, bro. Something. Bro.
Are you sure you want to say this? No. Not girlfriend related, huh? Don't get yourself into trouble, bro. Don't cut a CM Punk shoot promo and then kena.
No. It's all good. I'm just making an observation of where I stayed. Okay, so I was at W Sentosa Hotel. So if anyone knows the area, that is where Sentosa Cove is at.
Very fancy.
Very fancy, all these ultra rich people living there. And I never really understood or never really truly appreciate what kind of exclusive community I was nearby until I went there, bro.
What?
Bro.
Why?
That one I felt like I was smack dab in CSI Miami, bro.
Okay.
all the yachts, all the people in their berms and their shades. I don't know where all these people from. All got different color flags from all the different countries, all parked there, living their life, bro. Luxurious life.
Was it like walking amongst MJF and Alberto Del Rios? And I'm trying to think of any other rich stereotype in wrestling. Who else?
Yes.
$1 Million Man.
Colonizer from SPW.
Hey, Fiaz, what's up? Mighty. Big T, what's up? How y'all doing? Fiaz says, W Sentosa Hotel, the bar there, a lot of MILF, just saying. Hey, how you know? How you know, bro?
Hey, Fias, what you been doing over there, bro? Huh? Are you doing research?
Scouting.
Scouting talent.
Maybe he's just hanging out lah, you know?
Maybe Fias is one of these rich people that is on the boat, but he never tell us, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. He's just like, living the good life. And then he's like, oh, actually, I know a thing or two.
Yeah, they are really in their own, this exclusive secret community. They have like entire bars.
Oh, yeah,
they
for
have
sure.
Like, their condo come out, is like their yacht.
Mm.
And then like they got 7-Eleven and like freaking like Cold Storage right underneath their condo.
Yeah. Bro, this is like raw underground. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, man. After that weekend, I come back to my Bedok house. I'm like, damn, man. What's going on?
Hey, no worries. One day, pro wrestling will get us there. Well, I don't know about that, but we'll get there, bro.
Bro, keep continuing supporting the podcast, giving your likes and subscriptions and all those features, all the good stuff. And you never know, we might even be able to do a podcast with all of you guys in person, maybe on a boat one day. Huh?
Bro, we are on the same train, same frequency here, bro. Live kick to the gut from the yacht. Only made possible if you jump on our page. Okay. Only made possible if we have a very rich Saudi backer. Crown Jewel.
Yes,
Let's talk about Crown. No, I'm just kidding.
Next time I do my pilgrimage to the Mecca, I'll look for a Saudi prince to help bankroll our operation here, okay?
Saleh says, to the moon! Hey, bro, now cryptocurrency not doing well, bro. I invested in Ethereum. It's in the shitter now, bro. What the hell, bro?
Bro, time to go back to some real estate investing over there at the yachts in Sentosa Cove, bro.
Yeah,
let's go.
Hey, maybe Nick Mutt is our guy, huh? We go over there. Maybe he knows some of these yacht fellas.
Yes. Unfortunately, Nick Mutt has seen a sinking operation and left Kick to the Gut as a sponsor. Hey, wait, what?
Hey, what? Hey, anyhow, no. Hey,
no. Respect to him, huh?
As with everything, there's a beginning and an end. And it's fine. He might come back at any point, to sponsor the show. But whatever the case may be, yes. I was trying to live out my Cameron Grimes life, bro. Before the Ethereum merge, it was supposed to be like a thing, right? Everyone sell. I'm like, fuck, everyone sell. The price low. Buy. This is the time. And guess what? It went down even more. You know what? I should have been talking to Lady Killer, aka, LK, Crypto Bro.
Bro, you never know, man. Next time you come and see him, maybe in fact as early as this Saturday, he can give you some advice on how to salvage your cryptocurrency portfolio, bro.
Bro, I'm so sad. I'm so stressed out. Every day I open up my Ethereum has dropped 10% off. Hey, bro, I think this trading and stocks and crypto, this life is not for me, bro. I cannot.
Bro, time to park all your chips in one thing that works, that matters, bro.
What's that?
Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Where you always know WWE got that money to back you up, bro.
Yeah, but they're not going to give me the dividends. Actually, I actually took a look at their stock. Their stock price, okay lah. Not that. Anyway, this is not that kind of a podcast. God damn it,
bro. We get it out of our system. The first 5 minutes, wait for the rest of the crowd to come in. Then we can talk about wrestling, bro.
Hey, this is real life. I don't know how many of you also invest in crypto, invest in yachts, hang out with girlfriends and stuff like that. But hey, this is all relatable, kind of. I think. Anyway,
speaking of relatable, Fias Grinder just said, foreign wait. For the Saudi guy never give you money, but then 3 more Arabian ladies. # 4 wives.
Hashtag foreign is not interested. He's a one gal guy.
# 1 girl is enough headache for the rest of my life.
Oh shit, bro! What see? This is the CM Punk fan, and then now you're doing the CM Punk thing. You're just digging yourself into a hole.
Bro, I am old, I am tired, and I'm just kidding. I love my girl, and you know what I mean? Like, happy wife, happy life. I really now understand, Mr. Ya. You know best what this means, right?
Mm-hmm. So I take it that the lady is not watching the podcast today. That's why I can say all these things, huh?
Hey, actually, I really have no idea, bro. But if hey, shut up, man, shut up.
No, we all know that Foreign is a very good boy. He's a very loyal man. He's stuck with the product of pro wrestling even through its shittiest times. So if a man is willing to stick with the product, football team, even in the football team is the shits. Is Liverpool doing well? I don't know.
A bit bad this season.
Okay,
but you know what I mean? But no. Yeah. The sentiment still remains, bro. I have supported WWE throughout their shitty era. I've supported Liverpool throughout 2010s. If you're a Liverpool fan, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Man, I'm as loyal as they come, man. So,
There you go. See, that's my point. You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. Thanks for salvaging my ass, bro.
Okay. Let's get down to the business of wrestling. Okay. this weekend, Grapple Max is having another Golden Standard show, right? And if you got tickets, congratulations. It's going to be so much fun. Everyone's laughing in chat, by the way, saying, clip this,
Thanks,
clip
guys.
this.
Bro, guys, we are here to entertain. So remember, all this is sports entertainment.
It's not canon. It's kayfabe.
Yes.
This one. Okay, so let's run down the card a little bit as to what we can expect this weekend, and we'll see. We'll see how it boils down, right? The first match that really jumped out at me, it was damn funny, by the way, because they're going to have an international. I have the card in front of me. International tag team match. Okay, Aussie, who have yet to explain why they're Aussie, even though there are two kids from Singapore. Versus Bad Company. Now, we've seen Bad Company before, haven't we?
Oh my god, bro. When this match was announced, right, bro, everyone was like, RIP, one like for one comment, one like
prayer.
For one, one prayer.
Yeah. Okay, it's akin to like throwing any team versus the Acolytes or APA. It's like, they're going to get fucked up.
Yes, correct. It's, bro, it's like sometimes when you get too confident for your britches, you think you can like open challenge the rest of the region.
Yeah.
Then suddenly you come up with this tag team that is gonna kill. I mean, sorry, no offense. I'm saying I know we are skipping ahead of time, but they're just gonna absolutely destroy Aussie. That's why I like them, bro.
So is that a call? Are you predicting the match already? Have you written Aussie completely off?
Bro, it's not even a prediction, bro. It's a spoiler, bro. Come on.
Hey, very bad, very bad. Give them some chance. Maybe they'll, through some.
Okay.
I can't even rationalize this. How would they even win?
Bro, I will give them a chance. They will last maximum 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Oh shit!
They will last 5 minutes in this match. I hope so.
Yeah, it's not about winning. It's about just surviving, right?
Yes, correct. So it's like essentially Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns lah. I mean, like they just need that one lucky shot to maybe stagger Peanuts. But after that, I think Peanut will give them peanut allergy, choke slam or kill them.
Okay, well there you go. We have that to look forward to, I suppose. I want to know what they did to deserve this match. Did they really open call or open challenge?
No, apparently. So I saw the social media from them. From the gang, and they said that they won their previous match at the previous Gold Standard event that I attended.
Yeah,
and they gave a good account for themselves. They defeated the duo Christian and Friend But
Christian and Friend.
Like Hippo and friends. No, but they came out from that match feeling very confident, feeling themselves, bro. So you see, when you're very feeling themselves, it's like in the casino. You're very confident. You start going for broke. You start shooting for the stars, and then you land out not on the moon, bro. You land out in the grave, bro. They die already, bro.
Oh no. I mean, all the more you want to watch this match, but you also, it's like, it's like it's gonna be a car wreck, but you can't keep your eyes off of it. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, man. Honestly, this is a selling point. So if you want to see a car crash or like a legitimate murder that is sanctioned by the the please come and watch this match. I'm just saying.
I feel bad. I feel like I need to say something to give them some sort of credit. They've earned a spot challenging for sure. It's just whether they survive, and even if they survive, they lose. they lose. They survive, they lose. They win, they lose.
Bro, no need to be so optimistic and idealistic. We are Singaporeans very pragmatic, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna die, so like let's just hope it's a quick death.
You very bad. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the All-Star Fatal 4-Way. Okay, I'm not sure if there are stakes, but I mean it is an All-Star match to be sure, right? Fatal 4-Way, Crypto Bro. I wonder how he's doing, especially now that, the cryptocurrencies are free falling. Showtime, DJ Cal, and Hotshot Wilson, all in one match, Fatal 4-Way.
Bro, star-studded match, bro. Like, literally All-Star is a perfect description of this match, huh?
So, I mean, okay, question, is there anything up for grabs, or is this just, for glory lah?
I'm not too sure of the stakes. These people who are in this match are not necessarily in the tournament, or are they still in tournament?
I believe most of them are out already because, you want to talk about the tournament? Let's talk about the tournament. So who's how you, by the way? Who says if Aussie Cube wins, we riot? Hey, Very bad, leh. Nobody's giving Aussie Cube a chance. Okay. Gold standard tournament, Quarterfinals. N-Boss Gregory versus Bulldozer Irfan. This was the quarterfinal match that has been pushed back, so we're finally going to see it here. Yeah?
Yes, that was supposed to happen on the previous event due to some unforeseen COVID situation. So they're running it back, or they're finally having this match. Interestingly enough, because you see the rest of the match card, right? The bracket, right?
Yeah.
It kind of gives away who the winner is if you want to have a good face heel dynamic. But I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? And we've talked about this before. They set it up very interestingly so that, you kind of can't really predict because let's face it, right? There is going to be another semi-final match as well. So whoever wins that quarterfinal match actually is a bit of has a disadvantage because they have to wrestle another match because Ramus versus the winner of the quarterfinal 4, which is Gregory versus Irfan. Whoever wins that one, they are going to be compromised, no?
Yeah, correct. So, again, whether this is because there's a lack of roster availability for the GrappleMax peeps, or they are trying to weave some sort of story, we're not too clear. But taking the match in a vacuum just on its own, right? Greg against Irfan is gonna be a matchup between like a technical, master veteran in Greg against like a beast, like a legitimate heavyweight in Irfan. Does it remind you of Bret Hart versus Bam Bam Bigelow, bro? Come on, let's go.
Oh, okay, interesting callback there. So then the question is, right? Because we kind of consider this like Greg is going to pull it off, and then he's going to go into the semifinals versus Ramus, and this is where we have Inglorious imploding. The Inglorious implosion.
Yeah, so Remus and Greg will be a very interesting matchup because so far they've been presented as a united front, right? As heels. So will that be a crack in their system, in the team, or Irfan? I'm guessing he's still a babyface. I haven't caught up on Irfan in a long time. So yeah, that will make more sense, right? In this scenario.
So I don't know actually. So we played that promo from Remus, that one podcast that we did, right? And there were hints of a face turn there, So yeah, this is definitely going to be very interesting. So we have the other semi-final as well, Smart Dave versus Prabhu. So essentially, this Saturday, we will find out who is going to be in the finals.
Yes, correct. So, it's a great pair of matchups for sure. So, like you said, the All-Star match is literally the best of the rest. It just so happens to be the rest of them are all like household names in Grapple match. You got Showtime, Crypto Bro, and all that. So, I would say for if you're a local fan or if you follow Grapple match for a long time, this is a star-studded card. For sure.
It is. Interestingly enough, DJ Cal, who was originally supposed to be in the tournament and then was taken up because of COVID situation, right? Interestingly, where does he stand here? I wonder because Div Royalty mentioned that Wilson wins the Fatal 4-Way and challenges the winner. Okay. What if DJ Cal wins the Fatal 4-Way and challenges the winner? And he has a right to, right? He has an excuse to challenge the winner, right? Because he's like, shit, I didn't get to defend. I was taken out due to unforeseen circumstances. I should have been in the tournament. I would have won the tournament. I won the last tournament. So doesn't he have a claim to the throne, as it were?
Legitimate claim. Yes, for sure. I feel like he is the wild card, He can literally come and append this whole tournament and say, hey, I should be in this tournament. He's almost like the MJF of this situation, right? He has that claim.
I don't know if he's turned full heel yet, though. MJF reference and all that. Hey, Brandon, how are you, by the way? Thanks for dropping by chat. Yes.
Yo, Brandon, new guy or somebody from your side of the aisle, young?
My side of the aisle. Yes, a regular in the Twitch community.
What's up, Brenda? We have not started talking about the table. We have briefly mentioned that we have set the table for that conversation later on. We have tabled that conversation for later on.
Yes, we have. In the meantime, so just to sort of put a bow on this Saturday's GrappleMax event, right? Finals, any predictions?
I like Div Royalty's prediction, Remus and Prabhu at the finals. I am Team Prabhu all the way.
Right.
I'm loving his evolution. So I want him to be the early prediction for the winner of that whole tournament, bro.
And it's kind of, I guess I don't want to say an easy prediction, but it makes sense as a final, right? You got two up-and-comers. You have Remus, who may turn face, and then you have Prabhu, who's playing a heel right now. So you have your face-heel final, which makes perfect sense.
Yes, correct. And interestingly enough, right? I know we've been using this interestingly a lot in the last couple of minutes, but if you realize, Grapple Max is pushing the young stars to be the inaugural Grapple Max champion. Instead of having an established name going into it, because the finals are all youngsters, all under 30s, you know. So
well, there's the other possibility where the finals could be Smart Dave versus Greg. It is a story that some people in chat have mentioned hasn't been resolved yet, has it? Yes and no. But it's one of those it's like Randy Cena, or it's one of those. It will definitely generate interest, but I feel like for the purposes of this tournament, they look to be pushing the younger guys as opposed to establishing the already established guys, right?
Yeah, and if you remember, Smart Dave versus Greg Glorious, right? That was the feud of 2019. Even according to us, Kick to the Gut, we had the awards best local feud 2019, and that's almost 3 years ago. So I don't know whether this is the right time to run it back. Maybe they try to do a Okada forever gonna fight. Who is Okada forever fighting?
I don't know. New Japan fans, please jump in on that one.
Yeah, so maybe they're destined to fight for the rest of their lives. But I just feel that feud is not hot enough to warrant this run back at the finals. I rather have it between the young guys. I rather have Prabhu and Remus. I think that's a great final tournament matchup.
Sure. Hey, just to clarify, right? The winner of the tournament wins that new shiny strap, correct?
Yes, correct.
Oh, so it's interesting then if you were to say, all right, let's put it on one of the young guys. It's an interesting sort of statement. Ironically, I used that word.
Shout out to SPW.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like, okay, this is the first time they have their own title and they're going to put it on one of the young guys instead of one of the stalwarts. I think that says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. I would expect them to have a legacy champion to start off. Right, like Chris Jericho, they put the title of Chris Jericho instead of Hangman Page, right?
God, bro. The more I read, the more I hear about this, I cannot stand Hangman Page anymore. Don't even mention that name. He's triggering, very triggering to me.
Okay. We shall save that for later on in the composition as well.
Bro. Right now, in terms of annoyance, right? Hangman Page is more annoying than the Young Bucks to me, okay?
Wow.
Let it be known right now. Mr. Young has shifted his trigger to Hangman Page.
Wow, okay, bro. It takes a lot for you to have someone that you hate even more than the Young Bucks. So
yeah.
Very interesting.
If anything, right, oh my God, don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started, all right? Through this whole CM Punk situation, I feel like all the backstage politicking, I feel like the Bucks, in all this, they've sort of been swept into this. You hear reports like, oh yeah, the locker room is behind them. They aren't assholes, but they're very passive-aggressive, right? So to me, they come across as a bunch of kids. So it's like, okay, I get it, they're playing the political game. But then you have this guy who's sort of playing the political game as well, but in a shitty way, in a stupid way. And trying to suck up to the Young Bucks, but he's going out there trying to show oh, look at my big balls, CM Punk, look at what I can do, and then delivering a shit promo. Yeah.
You know what's funny? One of the commentators I heard say that if Punk didn't bring up that shoot promo, no one would have even realized it was a shoot promo.
Yeah. So, I mean, Punk literally wanted to throw him under the bus lah. And we talked about it all last week. Everybody is at fault here. There's no one person, who's at fault. If anything, Tony Khan should shoulder most of the blame, right? Yeah. But I'm sorry. Let's take it back.
Yeah. If you want to know more about our thoughts on that Civil War, please watch last week's episode. We've broken down 2 hours worth of it.
Oh my gosh. And it's still generating content, not gonna lie. This drama is more interesting than anything anybody has written.
Okay, for sure.
bro. Okay, so to put a bow on it, this Saturday is going to be lit. Do the kids still say lit?
Yes, still lit. They still say lit. So, in terms of logistical issues, next week, we won't be able to have our podcast live because I'm starting my new job. So, you know what I mean? So, in terms of reviewing the show, hopefully we can do a recording like on the Sunday.
Yep.
And it will have to be a pre-recorded show, but rest assured we'll give you our thoughts. We'll try our best to attend. If not, up over to you, Saleh, our guy, our dude on the internship over there, right there in the chat. He will definitely be there, hopefully.
Best internship, bro. Can watch pro wrestling as part of your internship.
Man.
How cool is that?
Yeah, man. Then anything Grab, we will settle lah. We clear your Grab. You need to go.
Foreign say, not me. So foreign, you handle that. Okay. By the way, folks at Grapple Max, kick some butt this weekend. It's gonna be fun. All right. I always love live wrestling shows, so can't wait.
All the best, guys. Kick ass, go kick ass.
All right. In the meantime, let's talk about the other things that have happened in the world, the crazy world of wrestling. Now, this week on Dynamite, you have, not just Dynamite and Rampage, they are doing this Grand Slam week, right?
Yes, correct.
This is the problem with, God. I don't want to make this thing about, this is the problem with AEW, but it really is too many titles at this point. Like, I don't know about you, but don't you feel like there just should be that one main championship match that everyone can focus on, as opposed to having Jericho versus Cesaro or Claudio for ROH title, tag team titles on the line. Don't know what title this time. I'm still confused already.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, they already starting to build up a lot of titles within AEW, and that's not even adding the ROH title. So sometimes I even forget Cesaro is a world champion.
Yep. Yeah,
because he just doesn't appear much on television, or even if he does appear, he appears on Rampage.
Mm-hmm.
But again, maybe Rampage is supposed to be the new ROH, right? That's what we've been pitching for all this while.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, right? Like, if we say this all the time, if something occurs week in, week out, then it no longer becomes special. If you do the same move, for example, the super kick, so often it completely diminishes its value. Same thing for titles. If you have everybody walking around all Atlantic Championship, ROH, pure, this title, that title, all of a sudden, titles to the casual doesn't mean anything. Everyone has a title, what? If you don't have a title, really jobber.
That's true, and it's a bit hard to keep track of everything, but...
Bro, Samoa Joe also defending his ROH TV title.
So, okay, in terms of importance, right, I know I'm not ROH long-time supporter, but which is more important, their pure title or their TV title as a mid-card?
Who knows? No, okay,
right.
It's not even, I think, on the level of which is more important, it's the different rule set.
Correct. The rule set about the ROH pure, I kind of understand. Honestly, that's the thing that makes it stand out. At least if you want to have a title that is different, have some interesting rule sets about it. But the TV title, what makes it so special?
It's on TV. Well, wait, they don't even have a TV show, so it kind of means nothing, which is dumb, right? Yeah. I know people are like, oh my god, especially the AEW fans. They're like ROH fans. Oh, Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia. Wow, what an amazing match! You know how boring that match was as a main event of Dynamite?
What was interesting, right? The statistic was, if you read the statistics, right, the start of that show, not this past week show, the previous week, the right after All Out, right? The show started off with 1.2 million viewers for the Tony Khan announcement for MJF Moxley. By the time it was Daniel Garcia and freaking Wheeler Yuta, right, 800,000, bro. They lost almost 500,000 viewers by the time they were wrestling in the main event. So what does that say?
Yeah, is it any surprise? Obviously people are going to tune in at the start because they want to find out what happened after that big fallout, right? That makes perfect sense. And then you capitalize on it by having one of the qualifying matches at the end, no?
Yeah, no, they should, because what was proven throughout the night was, as the viewership was falling throughout the 2 hours, right? There's only one segment that the viewership ticked up again. Guess which one was it, if you can remember?
Bryan Danielson, is it? His match?
Yeah, Bryan Danielson, Hangman Page. Fuck MS Page, yeah, sure. But Bryan Danielson helped tick up the viewership. Why couldn't that be the main event? Because especially, it's a Grand Slam tournament for the world title. That should have been the main event.
See, that's my whole thing. He wants to put every title, and bless his pure soul. Maybe he really does truly believe, Tony Khan that is, that every title should be important, right? But come on lah, you got to be realistic about it. Your main title should headline, right? Yeah, you want to put that pure title up, of course, have them be in the middle of the card, right? People will still stick around. I want to catch the main event, which is the the world title eliminator, something like that. So at least, some of them will stick around to catch it. If you get rid of the Bryan Danielson match, Hangman, match already, then people have literally no motivation to stick around. Like, you as an AEW or ROH purist are like, that's going to be a great wrestling match. But the mainstream audience, and apparently it's more than half of their audience, immediately are like, okay, the main event is done. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Honestly, I wouldn't even mind having so many titles if and only if they made it clear who is in which division. Yeah. I think UFC does it very well. Where, like, for example, if this guy wants to challenge out of his division, it's a big deal. You know, there's storyline potential for that.
But even then, bro, you look at their UFC, like their cards, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have several, maybe for a certain card, you have 2 titles up for grabs, right? You notice the more famous ones will be the main event.
Yes,
doesn't matter, heavyweight, middleweight, whatever. As long as the participants are more famous, they will be the last match. They will be the main event, the draw. It makes, like, it is common sense. You put the biggest draw at the end. Boxing has done it forever. Wrestling has done it forever. You put it at the end so that people are forced to watch the whole goddamn thing. Whether they like to or not, that's how you hold their attention. Not put, like, you think the ROH pure title is, like, he needs to step off that, I guess, purist mindset and start booking, or let somebody else book.
I think the best way to, like, book a TV show, like a wrestling show, is you have, like, a big hook at the start of the show.
Yep.
But this hook will set up the main event. I think like the best Raw episodes, Monday Night Raw is War, was when at the beginning, like, they have a great Stone Cold promo or the Rock promo, and then, like, then Vince McMahon will say, okay, at the main event, something will have went down during that promo, and they will set up for the main event. So people want to stay throughout the show to see what happens at the end.
Like a proper through line lah. And, you talk about, like, okay, let's say you have a intercontinental title main event, right? It's like, but it's not a world title, eliminator, or whatever it is, right? But at least with your WWE stars, there is name value, there's recognition there, right? I'm sorry lah, but Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta, who the fuck?
As a rap fan as well, right? They try to make it a rapping fan. They try to make his theme song and his entrance very special.
Yeah,
but
he got some the rapper, worst, right?
Yeah, he got the worst rapper ever.
Who is this fella? Do you know this fella?
No, I some guy called Gunner, or I do not even know. It's like, okay, he's based there in that Brooklyn or wherever they were in New York. They were New York rapper. But as a rap guy, right? Like, I love rap music, and he sucked, bro. He was out of time. He wasn't even rapping in sync. And then, like, by the time, like, Daniel Garcia came to the ring, I was like, fuck, man, his entrance sucked. I don't really want to see this match already. So the rapper put me off of watching the match.
Okay, maybe it's not the match, it's the rapper. Huh? We blame the rapper. Look, if you had Ring of Honor as its proper show, you've established the stars, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that as a main event works in an ROH context. But you're going to put it in an AEW show, nobody in their right mind believes that is the main event.
Yeah. And then 1 week later, right? This past week's Dynamite, one good thing that they did was at least they've established Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley as the finals for Grand Slam. At least they chose the right people to main event. That's what we've always wanted.
And okay, let's jump into that, because that is what we're going to talk about here, right? I mean, okay, there are other matches, and I don't want to go into, like, the full preview of this Grand Slam thing. Okay, some of the title matches, very quickly, is it time for Swerve in Our Glory to drop it to the Acclaim?
It was time a few weeks ago at All Out, bro. The Acclaim is the uncrowned champions. They should be champions at this point in time.
Are the Acclaimed in their hometown or no? I can't remember.
No, the Acclaimed are not from New York. They're not from New York.
Okay. You know what? I personally, now that everyone wants the Acclaimed to win, right? I will purposely not have them win.
Bro, don't be like that, bro.
I like to be cockteased. Wait, that sounds very weird. You know what I mean? Okay, like, you really want it? Okay, I give it to you. Nah, fam. Shenanigans. I would purposely drag it out for at least one more month, or drag it out to the next pay-per-view.
The only way that makes sense if that solidifies Swerve in Our Glory's heel turn.
Yes, that's my point too, because so far Swerve in Our Glory, even though they are supposed to be face, they are heelish faces. They are not full-fledged. And I feel like they need to solidify that heel turn. That's that's a great way to put it, right? And making them again, not dropping the titles. And this works on several levels. For the casual fans, they're like, oh, we wanted Acclaim to win, boo, to Swerve in Our Glory. But to the hardcore fans, they are going to be like, wow, these two really don't want to drop the titles out. Damn, fuck lah, these two, and get them even more heat.
Yeah, so it's going to be a bit tough seeing the Acclaim lose. I think probably people will legitimately riot. But
that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what I would want, but that feels like a very Vince McMahon bouquet at this point in time. I think AEW needs some W's right now. They need like a break. So I would want the Acclaim to win, only to at least create a feel-good moment that has nothing to do with the world title. Because you see, as bad as things have been in AEW, don't you realize that the Acclaim is the only act, right, that has legitimately gotten over on their own.
Wow.
They never had... No, hear me out. They never had Chris Jericho's rub. They never had the rub from anyone from the Elite. They weren't main event guys coming into it. They had no stroke. They literally built their way up from jobber tag team into this super popular. They got it over on their own accord.
Well, I mean, there's the ass boys. They have to thank a little bit. Billy Gunn. Yeah.
But I mean, it's like I'm pretty sure no one taught them how to season me, daddy. Like, I mean, they've had... I would say they are really one of the homegrown talents in AEW, and I think the fans would really get behind them winning the tag team titles. Somebody to call their...
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I just think you can cock tease them a little bit more. The crowd, that is. Okay, let's move on. Chris Jericho, Cesaro, ROH title. Why is this match even there?
Just because Chris Jericho feels like challenging for the title. I mean, he's at the stage of his career. I just want to challenge for the ROH title just because.
You know, in his mind, he's probably like, I want to bring legitimacy to the ROH title.
Oh my god, bro! Claudio is already the guy. There's no need to cock his other champions, or pull the rug from under him.
Okay, what? Irvin says, Young, why you want McIntyre booking for the cock tease, huh?
Oh my god, I think he really cannot jack off already, McIntyre. I think he's just done.
He numb already. God, this is going too far sideways. Okay, who is Samoa Joe facing?
Okay, Samoa Joe is not part of Grand Slam. I believe, is he part of Rampage? Yes, he's part of Rampage. He's tag teaming with Wardlow, right?
Wait, is it? Yeah, Rampage is part of Grand Slam as well.
Correct. So the Grand Slam has 2 cards. This past week's Rampage, which I don't know anyone watch or not.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe in the main event, he defended his title against Josh Woods.
Oh yeah. Like why? Why?
But he retained the title. So as a set for me to say this, Mr. Young, Samoa Joe is showing his age lah. Not even showing his weight, just showing his age.
Yeah. Like he should just come back as a commentator. He was so good. Remember his stint on Raw?
Great, very good.
Okay,
but
yeah. Let me run through the card real quick for you. So Dynamite is Jericho versus Claudio for the ROH World title. Pac versus Orange Cassidy for the All Atlantic Championship. Tony Storm, Serena Deeb, Athena, and Britt Baker for the interim AEW Women's Championship. Wow, too many titles. Too many titles.
Bro, it's Night of Champions. The entire card full of championship matches.
Yeah, why don't they do that on their actual Night of Champions or their, what would they call it? Clash of Champions?
Battle of the Belts.
Battle of the Belts, yeah, whatever lah. On their week, they don't do it there, but they do it here. Whatever. Swerve in Our Glory versus Acclaim. And of course, the main event, Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley.
Yep.
Excuse me.
It's a good card. I'm not saying it's a bad card. But again, like, there's not enough feuds that's hot. They're just having title matches for title matches. Like, Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Why? What's the issue there? Best friends and Dark Order, and Death Triangle. Is that the reason why they're fighting? I don't know.
Well, who knows? Who really cares? I mean, if you take a look at the Rampage card, lagi worse. It's a 2-hour Rampage, and you look at the Rampage card, it's like, oh, okay, so these are all the stuff they just crammed in there for the sake of cramming in there, right? So, like you mentioned, Wardlow and Samoa Joe versus Tony Nese and Josh Woods. Okay, next.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
I mean, it's a 2 week feud. Like, the last week was Joshua versus Samoa
yeah.
Joe. Then okay lah, come back lah.
Look, here's the thing, right? Like, how does any wrestler look at Mark Sterling, smart Mark Sterling, and think, oh, this fella is a good manager? Like, literally everybody he's managed has left him. Jade Cargill just quietly walked off. Like, they never explained how she split with him. Remember, he was her manager for a long time?
Yes. They left.
And the best part about Jade is, and this is their long-term storybooking, people. Jade started with the smart Mark, right? Then she quietly left and then started hanging out with Malcolm Bivens. Stokely Hathaway.
Yes.
And then she started her baddie section and then he quietly disappeared to form the firm. And it's like, what? Wow.
They're literally just dropping storylines back and forth just like that.
Yeah, and we want to complain about how WWE does that sometimes. You look at what has happened in AEW in the past year, that they're literally going, okay, this is not working. Let's just drop it completely with no explanation whatsoever.
Cargill was one of the most over acts that they had.
Yeah.
But they rose her out, they brought her out until she was over, and then now they are slowly making her stale. They're really making her stale.
Talking about Jade, she's going to be defending the TBS Championship, whatever that title means, versus Diamante.
Out of nowhere, again. Did this happen on Dark? Was this set up on Elevation? I do not know.
You know what's going to happen here already. It's getting stale and it's getting stale fast, right? Like, oh, she's going to come out, do some She-Hulk cosplay, and then that's it. Like, Ray Phoenix versus Jungle Boy. Why?
It's face versus face.
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of it, maybe there's going to be some crystal. My prediction is this is where Luchasaurus interferes. But again, why Luchasaurus has not been there for the last 2 weeks?
Maybe Luchasaurus will freaking turn and side with Jungle Boy again. Maybe that's his gimmick. Every week he turns. He don't know what he's a dinosaur. He got pea brain after all, right? So it's like, one day I friend, one day I not friend.
He Green Ranger then become Black Ranger, evil Power Ranger, good Power Ranger. I do not know.
Oh my god. Okay, then we got Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because we've identified two of them as like future stars, right? But what do you think of the feud so far?
Bro, their all-out match sucked. It sucked balls.
Yeah. So is this supposed to be like their time to shine now? Okay, fine. We give you another match.
Okay, the fact that they put it on Rampage is not very, very, promising. But, give them time. If it's a 2-hour Rampage and they get like maybe 20 minutes and they start off the show hot, I don't know. Maybe it will do well. We shall see.
Eddie Kingston versus Sammy Guevara. At least for the for the diehard fans, we know, okay, they had legitimate beef. They'll settle it here. At least got some heat lah. This one.
Okay, it's interesting to see how they work together. Are they going to fight? Are they going to go shoot? Okay, so the last two matches you mentioned, at least I feel there's something to it. Eddie and Sammy and Hobbs and Starks. But again, not as if it's coming in hot. Like the feud is established, but it's not a hot feud.
Bro, it's like Rampage. There are 8 matches, by the way. 2 hours of like crap. It really looks like a C show compared to Dynamite.
Has more matches than Dynamite.
Yeah, but Dynamite has all title matches, the main matches, right? I don't know why they didn't split it up, try to, put some of those title matches into Rampage, but I guess because they want to, make Dynamite. It's very obvious Dynamite is the main show. Very obvious, right? Yeah. Okay, Action Bronson and Hook versus the JAS. Who the hell is this Action Bronson fella? Where did he come from? Why is he hanging out with Hook?
First of all, Mighty, to clarify, the one that I was talking shit about wasn't Action Bronson. It was some black guy that was supposed to be opening for Daniel Garcia. So that's a different rapper. But Action Bronson is the guy that did Hook's theme song. It's the song that he comes out to. Yeah, that's his theme song.
Is he an actual wrestler or is he a play wrestler?
No, he's not a wrestler. He's a celebrity. He's a rapper. His claim to fame is like he's one of the rappers from the Bronx or one of the rappers from New York again. Okay,
to be fair, right? The recent celebrity involvements in wrestling have been quite good. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling he might be the exception.
Maybe, bro, he's like the new Butterbean. I don't know. Maybe he suddenly can box. I don't know.
I feel bad for Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. What did they do to deserve this? They're going to go in and job hard.
Yeah. Interestingly, though, I saw the promo that Action Bronson cut on behalf of who he can cut a promo, man. He sounds like he can be,
Sure.
But in terms of performing in the ring,
yeah, he's comfortable in front of a camera on the mic, that's for sure. Zayden, how you doing? Zayden says, am I the table? We'll get to the table stuff in just a bit, okay? Right now, let's set the table for AEW. We got Sting and Darby Allin versus House of Black. But Malachi is gone off on his break, so it's Buddy Matthews and Brody King. No DQ match. In the words of good old Jim Cornette, lazy booking.
Oh my god. Okay, you saw, I think, the message that Malachi Black put out.
Yep,
So taking a well-deserved break, so all the best for Malachi Black.
Mm.
But it's interesting that AEW apparently still trademarked the House of Black name. So this thing is still gonna happen. Brody King and Buddy Matthews and who's the girl?
Julia. Yeah.
Julia Hart, right? So they're still gonna carry on this House of Black faction.
With no mouthpiece. Brody King is their mouthpiece now.
Well, Brody King apparently has a very nice voice from the promo that I saw.
Okay.
He got the menacing Luke Harper or Eric, not Eric Rowan, he can't talk now, but he got a menacing voice.
Okay.
But whether he have the mic skills, the aura of, charisma that Malachi Black have, I do not know. But I'm just hoping that House of Black survives, because if they don't, another, dead on arrival faction lah.
I mean, wasn't this feud over and done with when Sting spat the black mist in Malachi's face at All Out? Like, that should have been the end of it, right? But no, they want to drag this out. AEW are very good at that. And by good, I mean are guilty of that a lot. Dragging feuds out that have no reason to be dragged out.
Bro, MJF versus Chris Jericho, how many months was that?
No, and then it was, what was it already? It was what were their factions? Inner Circle and the Pinnacle.
Yes. It was like 6 months of the inner circle of MJF inside it, 6 months of the Pinnacle, and then that's it. They just drop it out of nowhere. Like,
okay.
Whatever.
And then there's this one match which got me a bit annoyed as well. The Golden Ticket Battle Royal. Royal for a future AEW World Championship match. Now, on the face of it, it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you already have one outstanding number one contender already. Why do you need another one?
They just want to muddy up the main event scene, clearly.
Yeah, but it's confusing for the casual fan, don't you think? Or it's just like you are diminishing the fact that MJF is the number one contender, is sitting there with that giant chip right now. All of a sudden, you have a golden ticket, and it's like, wait, does the golden ticket holder get to choose whenever he wants, or is it a fixed date? What's the deal here?
Have you seen the field of competitors? One name will stand out. One name.
I have not seen.
Okay. You just need to know one person that's inside it, and you will be like, what the fuck?
Okay.
You want to know? I just tell you now.
Tell me.
Hangman Adam Page is in this Battle Royal, bro. Indeed.
Wait, so who else is in it? Does anybody else in this? Okay, I'm going to take a look at the list right now.
Bro, it's freaking like what? Penta lah, like all the...
Oh my god, okay.
You go, read
I see some of the names. Hangman Page, Lance Archer, nope. Lethal, nope. Penta, nope. Dark Order, no. Oh my god, you're right.
It's Hangman Page. He's the front runner. This fucker who start all the drama will be getting a title shot confirmed. For sure.
Like CM Punk's dog should be Larry, the dog should be in the match.
Exactly. Yeah, look, it's terrible, man.
Like, we all know how talented Jay Lethal is, right? But from day one that he's debuted in Dynamite, you have portrayed him as a jobber. With a jobber faction, with his giant jobber, the Sanjay jobber, and just all jobbers. They just lose nonstop. You have Penta, he'll do the thing, he'll do whatever, and I guess they needed a match for him. You know he's not going to win. Dark Order, don't even start. Lance Archer, they've always tried to portray him as this destroyer, but he does nothing but lose when he shows up on AEW.
So it's clear Hangman Page is the front runner.
I hate how... remember, who was it? Didn't Brody King win some Battle Royale as well? And
Royal Rampage.
Did he challenge for the championship as well?
Yeah, he fought John Moxley and lost, remember?
So see, that's my thing. You do this so often that it means nothing anymore. Oh, here we go, another number one contender. And like I said, the other number one contender hasn't even cashed in his chip yet. And we don't even have a champion. Like, how far ahead of yourself are you trying to get here, Tony Khan? I'm looking at you, Mr. TK.
Tony Khan is guilty of one thing.
Yeah.
And if I don't hear this word for the rest of the year, I'm very, very happy, bro. Tournaments. He is guilty of creating tournament for every single stupid reason.
Not just tournament now, got tournament, battle royale. Everything is a gimmick. If everything is a gimmick, nothing is a gimmick.
All Atlantic tournament. Owen Hart Cup tournament.
Women's TBS title tournament.
Freaking
the trios title tournament.
Trios title. Yeah.
Like, tournaments are so played out at this point.
He literally ran through the entire stipulation these last 3 years. Really.
Bro, this is when I play WWE 2K22. Every match, ladder match, cage match, sure, because it's a video game. This is not like, as a video gamer, you want action. I get it. But as a viewer of pro wrestling, it's like, wow. So when you watch your favorite TV shows, for example, not every episode is like action, explosions and killing and death, right? No, You got character, you got setup. Some episodes will be dull, slow. Some episodes will be full of action. So you build that roller coaster. Right now, if you're just throwing everything at the wall, it's too much. And that's AEW's problem. He doesn't know how to control his load.
He keep bursting his load lah. That's what she's right.
Yeah, until he's not special anymore.
Bro, one thing. Can you even tell me when was the last time WWE had a tournament?
It's been a long ass time. You're right.
The
women's tag team.
Okay, the women's tag team is a recent one, right?
Yeah.
But before the women's tag team, I can tell you how long ago it was, bro.
How long?
Last year's Crown Jewel, bro.
Oh, yeah. Okay, if you take NXT out of the picture, that's what you're saying, right? Because NXT has had a yearly Dusty Cup.
Mm-hmm. But that's the case. Yearly, bro. Once a year.
Yeah.
Less than 5 times a year. Come on. That's the best.
How often do you do a Royal Rumble? Unless Saudis are paying for the bill, you do it once a year. So it retains its specialty.
Zayden has the best comment ever. We can read it out, bro.
Teddy Long equals tag team match. Tony Khan equals tournaments.
Oh my god.
With Daniel Garcia. Because he loves Daniel Garcia.
Okay, next time, I tell you, all the wrestling fans, the next time Tony Khan sets up a new tournament, I want you to just go on the YouTube page, just call him out. Call Tony Khan out for this nonsense. Go on Twitter and just tag him. What the hell is up with you and your tournament? Your tournament fetish, bro.
Okay, so we just ran down the Rampage card, right? Rampage looks very skippable, unfortunately. It sucks because there are some things we want to see the payoff for, but I'm not willing to sit through a lot of this bullshit.
It sucks worse for me because I actually have to write a preview article on Sportskida, by the way, if you want to support me there, about this stupid Grand Slam Rampage. 5 things AEW should do during this Grand Slam Rampage. I don't even care about what they should do. I just wanted to skip this whole tournament.
Less tournaments, thank you very much. Main event. Let's talk about the one thing that everyone will be looking at. Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley, AEW title. Is it very weird to put the title back on Jon again?
I have some interesting thoughts about this,
Okay.
Bryan Danielson should be in a vacuum the world champion, right? Yep. Perfect time for him to build his legacy. There's this statistic going out there that every single time, right, CM Punk leaves and take his ball, go home, right, it's always Bryan Danielson that picks it up after him. Do you realize that?
Is it?
Okay, so Ring of Honor, when CM Punk left to join WWE, the champion that took over was Bryan Danielson. So he took over ROH after CM Punk.
Yep.
After CM Punk took his ball and went home in WWE, then it became the Yes movement started out right after the fact.
Okay.
The very same year, 2014, when CM Punk left, that main event on WrestleMania was Bryan Danielson. And then now, 2022, CM Punk left again. So Bryan Danielson is sort of picking up the ball and, taking with it.
Bro, you see the patterns, huh? I like that. As much as... See, here's the thing, right? At this point, right, I don't care who really wins. But my only issue here is this. Bryan Danielson has been cold in the past couple of weeks. There hasn't been anything surrounding him in terms of... He hasn't been promoing. He hasn't been in... Okay, he's been in a program with Jericho, but it's sort of a like all right, we have nothing to do, so let's just work together, do a couple of matches. They had great matches, good matches,
He
right?
has been putting over Daniel Garcia. That's what he's been doing all this time.
Yeah. So I'm like, and John Moxley, to give the man credit, like, I don't know what it is. Like, maybe Tony Khan was like, okay, look, we need to put all the whole company on your back now. He's delivered 2 weeks in a row in terms of promos.
Yep. So that's why the point I wanted to make was Bryan Danielson seems like a great champion on paper to carry the company forward. But the storyline seems to be leaning towards John Moxley winning the title. Don't you think so?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially because he has the momentum, what he's been doing recently in terms of promo. Like, you can see he's all fired up. Bryan Danielson has sort of just been there. We know he has that, cachet. He's a main eventer, but he just hasn't had like statement wins, week in, week out. He hasn't been lighting the division on fire, lah. But Mox has. As much as we want to be like, okay, he just lost. If he wins again, it's like, wow, a paise, right? You only winning it just because CM Punk took his ball and went home, or got suspended, or got injured, whatever.
Yeah. Something very fascinating is, do you realize that MJF is starting to have a feud with Moxley, or starting to call out Moxley?
Yeah.
Moxley is kind of in the role that CM Punk should be, because we all know MJF came back, he would have faced CM Punk first.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for Moxley to win, because the next challenger is supposed to be MJF, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so now, if Moxley wins this tournament, MJF already has that chip, he will cash it in, and they can have their blow-off match at Full Gear. My argument for Bryan Danielson still winning, though, is that Moxley and MJF still can have the feud on their own. Like, it's like a big feud on their own without the title, while they start something fresh and new with Bryan Danielson on top.
Okay, here's the thing, right? So this then calls into play that stupid battle royal, that golden ticket battle royal.
Yes.
Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Page again? Do we really want to see that shit?
I don't want to see Bryan Danielson versus Lance Archer, though. Come on.
I mean, at least that's fresh, And I feel like Tony does this a lot. Like, he's done it several times. First of all, with Brody King, right? He'll throw in somebody unexpected to go up against a champion just to give them a title match, just to justify a title match. Maybe it's somebody that Bryan Danielson really wants to work with. But,
Correct.
I mean, John Moxley versus Lance Archer, we've seen that shit a million times. So, Bryan Danielson versus Lance Archer, that's the only one we kind of haven't seen. So, if you're going to give the title to Bryan Danielson, maybe Lance Archer is the one who wins the golden ticket.
Bro, but seriously, it's so... I don't know. It's like a very underwhelming main event title.
But bro, that's happened before. It's a holdover feud. It's like Brody King versus John Moxley. It's what? Okay, just to occupy 1 week of... It's Tony Khan's lazy way of giving somebody a title shot who has no business fighting for a title shot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, if he did that with Brody King against John Moxley, then I mean...
He could do that
just
with anybody.
Whatever he can stick to the wall, it seems, right?
Hey, Tova King, good to see you, man. How you doing? So,
what's up?
yeah. I mean,
by the way, guys, I just put it out there for you all to see. If you want to follow me on my Sportskida page, I give you all the link. Please have fun with it.
The link is not there. All I see is here you go, peeps.
Oh, before that, I put sportskida.com. You see it? Right
no,
underneath.
I don't see it. But just go to sportskida.com, can already, right?
Oh, okay. Let me do it again. Let me
there
see.
You go.
Can you see it? Do you see it?
Send it to Saleh. He'll help us post it.
Okay. Wait. Let me just send it to Saleh. I'll just post it one more time.
Yeah. So in the meantime, what do you guys think? In chat, let us know, okay? Should Bryan Danielson finally win the AEW Championship? Should John Moxley have the title again? If anything, at least give it to Danielson so he can hold the title. Because he hasn't won any major titles since showing up in AEW, right?
Bro, this year, Grand Slam is his 1 year anniversary since his debut match against Kenny Omega. Do you remember?
Imagine if they didn't book him into oblivion, if they let him stay heel with Hangman Page. Hangman will probably learn a thing or two from him, but then again, we all know Hangman doesn't want to learn shit from nobody, so actually maybe I take that back. Maybe he didn't learn anything from Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson was like, you know what, fuck this guy. I'm gonna just go and hang out with my friends over at the BCC, right?
But
So
regardless of the fact, Bryan Danielson still had a match with Hangman Page 2 weeks ago. So there's Bryan Danielson still can be professional regardless of the situation, right?
Oh yeah. And Bryan Danielson is the sort of guy, we've seen it so many times. He'll just go with the flow. He's not gonna create a sting, even though he doesn't like the situation. He won't do a CM Punk, right?
Mm-hmm. And you kind of need these kind of characters in the company at this point in time with whatever's going on with regards to CM Punk.
Yeah. Oh, exactly, 100%. So I want to call it for, I can't even call it, which is good, right? But at the same time, does this mean they have a crazy match? Somebody's going to bleed for sure. Will they shake hands and continue BCC stuff, or is somebody turning?
Yeah, so that's the interesting element about this whole situation, right? We can make an argument for either competitor winning this tournament, Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley. But what does this mean for BCC? Claudio said it best. Regardless of what happens, there will be 2 world champions in the faction. Will either one of them turn heel? I'm leaning more towards it being like a truly babyface versus babyface match. Maybe it's a bit like Bret Hart versus Bulldog kind of deal.
Okay.
Yeah, but
even with Bret Hart versus Bulldog, they weren't part of a faction. They weren't part of a group, right? So after Bulldog won, and I mean, it was almost a passing of the torch, if anything. Bret passed it off to Bulldog, and Bulldog started his Intercontinental run, while Bret moved up to the world title scene.
Yeah.
But in this case, we are already at the world title scene. There's no moving up.
Someone needs to drop down to the TNT title.
Tovakin suggests MJF interference match thrown out, triple threat for next Dynamite. Oh God.
Very much overbooking right there, Tovakin. But I see where you're coming from. I think MJF needs to have his presence known in the match. My thinking is, here's my booking. MJF will interfere, cost Moxley the title. Bryan Danielson will win. And then they all can go off on their little feud.
Yeah, so Bryan Danielson can continue feuding with whoever is the winner of the Golden Ticket Battle Royale, Jon Moxley, and does his thing with MJF lah. And then slowly we get MJF finally cashing in his chip. The chip has been done before, right? Do they call the shot, as in, is it like Money in the Bank, or do they have to say, okay, I want this at a specific place, specific time?
Remember Wardlow won it, but then he gave his title shot to MJF.
Yeah.
So there was that 1 year. And then there was this one time when, long time ago, eons ago, Brian Cage, he won it. But then he had his title match against Moxley, he lost.
Yep.
So there's never been a case where they cash it in like Money in the Bank, like all of a sudden at the end of the match or what, things of that nature. So we shall see.
It's still like a predetermined date and time lah.
Yeah. Oh, and don't confuse that with the Face of the Revolution ladder match. That one also got title shot. Oh my God, bro.
See, sometimes simple is good, right? You make people feel emotion rather than overbook your thing. And, it's always been said, if your commentators have a hard time announcing it, then you've overbooked the shit.
Yes, correct. Mighty, exactly what happened to Wardlow. He was at Rampage, becoming friendly with Samoa Joe, but poor fella lah. He also needs an opponent very, very soon. That's what he needs.
I mean, yeah, you can have Goldberg squash everybody, right? But at some point, somebody needs to pose a challenge. If not, you're gonna get sick of it. Wardlow and Samoa Joe versus Tony Nese and Josh Woods. Going back to Rampage, who gives a shit? We know exactly who's gonna win this one.
The funniest commentating analysis that Jim Cornette gave this past week was that this is the perfect example of Tony Khan's reverse booking. Earlier this year, Wardlow was like the prime to be the biggest star in the company. Now he's back to squashing jobbers.
It's
reverse booking, bro.
Reverse, yeah. It's like people try to serve it up on a platter for him. Look, we got this fucker over. Let's go. Nah, let's just go backwards and kill his vibe.
Overkill, exactly. Dynamite Diamond Ring as well. Don't forget that.
Again, too many gimmicks, bruh. Just keep things simple, bro. Not every Dynamite needs to be booked like you're playing a video game, okay? Speaking of video games, what? Can you imagine now they are at the Tokyo Game Show? Actually, I don't know if they've had any update of the AEW Fight Forever game, right? All your main stars are no longer on the, like look at the cover of the stupid game. It's CM Punk, gone. Young Bucks, gone. Kenny Omega, suspended. Like, fuck, what are you gonna do now?
Adam
Cody
Cole,
Rhodes. Adam
Cody
Cole.
Rhodes gone. Adam Cole
Injured.
that was supposed to be in the show injured. Can you imagine their rollout of the gameplay is like done by Dark Order, John Silver.
No, the game box, right? Just put Tony Khan's face.
See how many ticket sales he does.
Yeah, who is like, every year they make a big deal out of the cover star for the WWE 2K game, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this year's Rey Mysterio, and then before that was Seth Rollins, and then blah, blah, blah. And then the AEW cover star, Tony Khan hugging Martha.
Okay. Bro, truth, for real though, like, are you gonna buy the game?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you got to give it a try, right?
Yeah.
I mean, THQ, Ukes, they've done wrestling games before. They've done some of the best wrestling games. So, like, from a wrestling game standpoint, they just need the IP. If anything, the game could save AEW. Get them, like, I don't know if you remember WCW Thunder back in the PlayStation era. I never watched WCW, but I played the game. And because I played the game, I was like, oh, okay. I know Dallas Page. I know a lot of the WCW guys that I've, never heard before back in the day.
So who was your go-to character to choose when you played the game, WCW Thunder?
DDP.
Oh my god, you love them. Bang!
Bang! Okay, Tovakin, the Young Bucks are not really gone. I meant suspended. But, oh my god, stop it, Irvin. Irvin says Danhausen cover star. Peter Avalon cover star. Limited edition. QT Marshall cover.
Bro, the only thing he can cover is he cover like, like the coaster underneath my tee. It can be my cover of my tee.
And then you buy a special collector's edition. Comes with the Ass Boys. Ass Prince.
Bro, we gotta talk about the firm, bro. What's your thoughts on that name and this whole stable on retainer, bro?
I don't hate it. I mean, it was a weird promo. I don't know if the crowd there was bored or they're just like, I wasn't really feeling Stokely Hathaway's promo. The crowd didn't help. The crowd was quite dead for it, I thought.
It was very long.
Yeah, it was a bit much, right? And especially because it came after MJF. And MJF always kills it. He had everybody like hyped up, and then all of a sudden the energy just and then you have like what's his face in the ring, sort of promoting everybody. Big Cass needs to what's his face? Morrissey, he should stand there without a shirt on. You know why? When he wears
saw the meme.
You saw the meme, right? He literally looks like one of these 90s TV actresses that like to wear the shirts, but I can see a bit of the nip.
The wet t-shirts?
Not wet t-shirt, but it's a thing, right? Like back in the 90s, if you watch Rachel from Friends, if you watch Penny from Big Bang, they always wear these like sort of like tight tops, and you can see a bit of nip. And that they do that on purpose, to get boys' attention, obviously.
Is that R-rated or not R-rated?
No, it's not, because technically they're covered. You just see the little bump. So that's a thing. That it really is a thing. And then you have Morrissey standing there, with his nips poking through his sheer white top. I'm like, oh God, just take off the shirt.
Okay, wait. They were saying that each wrestler or each member is gunning for a title, right? So wait, Morrissey was just doing what? Because he never really said which title he's going after.
No, he just stand there like, I don't know what, and he hugged him like, I love you, bro. I'm like, what? I don't understand. Yeah, Morrissey looked completely unimpressed. He's like, what the fuck, you hugging me, bro?
You know what? I think he probably got some like flashbacks of a much smaller guy, similar smaller guy, keep hugging him and keep riding his coattails in Enzo Amore. That's why.
And then the other guy, the green-haired guy, what's his name?
Lee Moriarty.
Yeah, Lee Moriarty, gunning for the pure title. I'm like, okay, I thought he was supposed to be a high flyer. Why is he I don't understand that.
He can stay at that level, let him for now.
Yeah, you got the Ass Boys, which we all know has potential, but I don't know. Okay maybe they need a faction. Just says, wow, that part cringe, yeah, I love you. Yeah, bro. The whole promo was quite cringe.
Yeah. The only one that I feel might really benefit from this is Ethan Page. Yeah. But then, suddenly he said he want to go after the All-Atlantic title.
I know, it's like, this is the time to go and push him against Wardlow. You
Bro, aim
have
higher lah, bro.
yeah. Why all Atlantic like freaking the title that's never around because Park is taking it overseas to defend? I'm like, and Ethan Page, like we talked about him having the charisma. He's he's not terrible in the ring, right? He can cut a promo. Have him go up against Wardlow. That kind of it makes sense, doesn't it? And somehow now you have the firm, so Wardlow is in jeopardy because you can have the 5-on-1 beatdowns.
Yeah. So I guess in terms of in concept, like what they wanted to do, I kind of can get behind it. Like each person having their own division to go after and whatever. But then they said they will still come together whenever MJF needs help. So what if one of them busy in the title match? Then MJF need help how? You gonna drop everything for him? I don't know.
And why isn't Morrissey going after what MJF is going after? Like, that doesn't, a lot of, this is, Tony Khan, best booker of 2022. Let's go.
He has too many people, too many things to play with. And he's just getting cocaine addicted right now. Like he's like just all over the place, I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's AEW. Will we watch it? Of course we will,
If anything, nothing else, we will watch it to, to make fun of it or to discuss it with you guys. And correct, Sir Who's that pizza chef guy. I know what you're talking about. Do you see that?
Oh, no. Okay, so that one was just a one-off. At least he didn't get in the ring, right?
I know. Okay, so if you use Danhausen in this capacity, I also don't mind. You just appear 2 seconds behind backstage and kena big boot by Ethan Page. I can.
Yep.
To give them too long of a segment, then there's something wrong.
Yeah. Like this is them sort of leaning into the meme thing because it became a thing, right? Like this wrestling pizza chef, he's doing the pizza thing in the ring, blah, blah, blah. Luigi Primo, like he gets big booted right away. Like, I agree with you. Like you have him, small dose, shows up a bit, fuck off. Like, and for all intents and purposes, it's a one-off lah. Like, unless next week he suddenly shows up again, and then the week after that, and then finally we see on social media, Luigi Primo is all elite. Wow.
The thing I'm scared of is because Ethan Page says that he wants to clear this business of all these goofy characters, and then he started having a match with Danhausen. So I'm like, is he gonna start feuding with all the joke characters? That's not really where I want Ethan Page to be right now. But
that means we'll see him on AEW Elevation and Dark a lot lah. You got to fight the Avalon fella, and then the Danhausen, and then the Orange Cassidy.
Where the hell is Scorpio Sky? Can anybody tell me? That's the question.
I don't know. Is he injured? Is he taking a break?
Or he's just the roster is too bloated. There's no space for him.
Yeah. Wait. Isn't Scorpio Sky hanging around with Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt?
Bro, you confuse him with another black guy lah, bro. That's Jay Little.
I know lah, bro. They look the same. And they're both jobbed out the same every single week. That's my point. It's two both black guys all constantly getting jobbed out. Remember Dan Lambert and Paige Van Zandt and American Top Team? What happened to them?
Oh, man. We can go another hour talking about the issues with AEW's booking.
Long-term booking!
Oh, but I think it's time we move to something where everyone's waiting for us to talk about. Let's talk about the table, bro. Come on.
Okay, I am the table. Like, I found it hilarious. And I'm not even saying that he cut a bad promo, I didn't hate the promo, but that line, you take it out of context, it is just the funniest sort of non sequitur ever.
How did he say it with a straight face? Like, do you hear this when he said it, right?
Yeah.
Somebody literally said, "What the fuck?" Like someone from the crowd shouted that.
I didn't get that. I need to go and listen back to the press conference again. Okay, so they did a press conference in Las Vegas, which makes a lot of sense because they do a lot of boxing press cons there, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the fight capital of the world. They are trying to hype this up like a big money fight, like a boxing fight. Go ahead.
Can we roll it back a bit, like by a couple of days?
Okay.
How this really started was, what do you call it? Logan Paul invited Roman Reigns to his podcast, right?
Yeah.
So I actually watched the entire podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can tell you, Logan Paul was super respectful. And like I think Roman Reigns was really out of character when he was talking about it. So everything was going great, right? But then this fucker, like after Roman Reigns left, like the show finished already. Then he walked away and then he was like, dude, being around him, like, it's bringing out the big dog in me, man. Like, I feel like I want that guy. I just want. So he started cutting this kayfabe promo. I'm guessing lah to his like buddies that he wants to challenge Roman Reigns. So in my opinion, this guy basically talked so nice in front of Roman Reigns, and then suddenly behind his back, once he left the show, then he talked shit about him, and then he put it out again. He reinforced it on Twitter. And it's like, oh, you know what? I think I can beat Roman Reigns for a title. Then if I was Roman Reigns, I'm like, hey, this idiot invite me to his show. And then suddenly, when I leave, talk shit about me. Of course, lah. Then he literally just what Roman Reigns did. He replied. He said, "Wise man, take Paul Heyman, take care of this on SmackDown." So that's what happened.
I don't hate the setup. A lot of it reminds me of what they did with Pat McAfee, right? You know, like with Vince McMahon. Oh, Adam Cole, yeah. Yeah, that's true. So a lot of, we know this is a work lah. There's nobody here that thinks that, oh, they really have legitimate beef or anything. And I guess sort of to the mainstream audience who doesn't really follow these things and maybe doesn't listen to that Logan Paul podcast, it's like, okay, like this, like I said, harking back to the days of Mike Tyson, DX, and Stone Cold, is going to get them mainstream views. And that's what the WWE are all about.
Correct. And very interestingly, Logan Paul is still trying to be a face in this scenario. So, but when he came out on SmackDown, it's not the case.
Okay lah, it kind of swings depending on what he says and who he says it against, right? But yeah, exactly. Right now, Roman is at this point where, you hear half cheer, half boos. And Logan Paul kind of is also half cheer, half boos. So it kind of makes sense. This is sort of one of those like big marquee matches, and of course they're going to do it at Saudi, at Crown Jewel, where the money is at its peak, right? So trips, they're like, all right, let's do it here, where it's technically non-canon anyway.
I know a lot of people are like, what the fuck is this all about? They're against it. They think it's unfair and all that. But then I think back to about a year ago when Logan Paul challenged Mayweather, right?
Yeah.
Didn't that pay-per-view draw in a lot of fans, casual fans, wanting to see whether he can last against Mayweather, correct?
Yeah, I think most people wanted to see Logan Paul get his ass kicked. Well, here's the thing. Mayweather, he's another one of those guys, right? He has played the heel his entire boxing career. As in, he just talks so much shit, flaunt his wealth. Boxing fan, he knows how to sell a pay-per-view. So boxing fans are like, wow, fuck this guy, man. I want to see somebody beat him up. And then nobody can fucking beat him up. So as each fight comes along, you're going to pay $40. And boxing pay-per-views are freaking ridiculously expensive. $40, $50 a pop, And the non-main event cards, the fights nobody know on. Like most people just pay $40 just to watch the main event, right?
Yeah.
So this is what Crown Jewel is. It's two guys that technically are heels. Kind of people want to see Logan Paul get beat up, or even Logan Paul's fans want to see like, oh, can he do this against the top guy? Blah blah blah, that kind of thing, right? So it works.
Yeah. So setting the stage for the press conference. Let me say the things that I really liked about it. It felt legitimate.
Yes.
As legitimate as wrestling could be, but they really made Roman Reigns came across like a star. Even if we didn't know who the hell he was.
Yeah.
He was like this super confident badass, and having his bloodline behind him, including Sami Zayn, really was a sight to see.
Yeah, I mean, and of course his entire bloodline they're all carrying titles as well, right? Solo Sikoa, the Usos, and yes, you have one Sami Zayn, the token white guy just standing there with his messy hair and everything. I love it lah. I mean, we talked about it. Low-key, Sami Zayn has been carrying SmackDown for many, many weeks already.
I even saw like on Instagram, WWE Instagram story, like they said, they put like a question, who is your favorite Uso? Bro, literally the entire poll, you can see like the one in the lead is Sami Zayn.
No, and now they're teasing sort of dissension, right? Like even Solo was like, what he said backstage to the Usos, like, Sami Zayn's gonna walk me out because you all already screwed up once. It's like, ooh.
Did you watch a bit of SmackDown this past weekend?
Yeah, I did. SmackDown is very watchable. Raw, just as a tangent, right? Raw has definitely improved, but it's still a 3-hour show. It's still going to be tough to make like stuff interesting for 3 hours.
Yeah, it's tough. How I watch Raw is very simple. When I wake up on Tuesday and I'm getting ready for work or doing whatever it is, I just have Raw in the background. I will not watch it per se.
Yeah.
I'll probably be doing work and stuff. I only kind of watch like the first. Like if I wake up early enough to watch the first segment, I'll watch it. If not, I will just stay for the last segment. Then I'll just watch back review. I'll rewatch highlight.
Yeah.
But SmackDown, bro, I agree with you. SmackDown, I can literally stop whatever I'm doing and watch it from start to finish.
Bro, SmackDown, especially because it's on a Saturday, right? It's just perfect timing because that's when I do my laundry. So I can be folding clothes like a proper housewife. No, I sitting there, sitting. Okay, house taker. Anyway, house husband. I'm sitting there folding clothes, watching SmackDown. If you can just picture that.
I can picture that. He's still young. So like the funny thing was like, so Paul Heyman wanted to warn Logan Paul, don't get into this business, don't try your luck, blah, blah, blah. Yep. And then I think this is the narrative that WWE gonna go with. They're gonna say, what if I get that one lucky shot?
Yeah.
So they are playing it straight in this sense.
Yeah, that is Logan Paul's entire promo on SmackDown, right? Alluding to the fact that, all I need, this is combat sports, all I need is one lucky shot. I've hung in there with Floyd Mayweather, and that is something. That is legitimately something. He hung in there with Floyd Mayweather, and all it takes is one lucky shot.
There were people that were saying that Mayweather was kind of toying with it, was like purposely didn't want to let him lose to kind of sell the fight, make it more entertaining. What do you think about that?
It's easy for people to say. It's easy for him to claim after the fact. Yeah, there's probably an element of it. Like, he's like, this kid, like, you want to try to touch me, you can't even touch me. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather is the master of defensive boxing. Yeah. It honestly makes his fights... I mean, if you're into the sweet science, it's interesting. But to a lot of people, it's boring because nobody gets knocked out.
Yeah, because he keep rolling off the shots. He keep ducking.
Yeah, you know how hard it is not to be touched in however many fights he's had? 51, was it?
I remember that that particular exhibition fight because there was this one time where he actually managed to rock Logan and he actually almost collapsed or what, but legitimately I remember Mayweather like holding him up. It's like no, not yet. Don't get knocked out yet. So I do not know. So that's why they always say like even though Logan keep bragging that he lasted all this, but a part of him even admitted that I didn't know whether he was taking it easy on me.
Well, I mean, hey, in this work situation, and this obviously in the WWE, it's work, right? Yeah, they, I think, can tell a compelling story where Roman Reigns, and because we know Logan Paul wants to be portrayed as a babyface here, right? Roman Reigns probably is gonna like beat the fuck out of him, but somehow Logan Paul just keeps kicking out or puts his foot on the rope. He's hanging in there.
Yeah. Okay, I know how this is gonna go. I mean, this is based on what I think WWE would do. That makes sense. That keeps both of them looking good.
Yep.
This is the Undertaker Jeff Hardy situation, bro. Do you remember their match?
The ladder match, is it?
Yes, correct. So like make yourself a star, Jeff.
Make yourself famous. Yeah, I remember that call.
Yes. So like basically he's gonna impress and surprise everyone once again, and then once Roman finally puts him out, he give that look like when see him on the floor, it's like, damn, this guy gave me like quite a fight. I have some respect for him, even though he's a heel. That's what they're going to go for, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of people are saying they've booked themselves in the corner, right? Like, on the one hand, you can't very well give the Undisputed Championships to Logan Paul, so it's a foregone conclusion. But also, handing Logan Paul his first loss in how many? This is fourth match?
Third fight.
Third fight in wrestling. So it's like, wow, seems a bit quick, right? But I think that's fine because it's against Roman Reigns. It's against the world champion. It's fine that he loses. It does make it a little bit easy to call. Like, it's too predictable already. Like, we've laid it out. We've just laid it out essentially how this match is going to go.
But I think what is the drawing power of this match is the spectacle of it. That they really admitted that WWE is all about spectacle. Yep. The whole point of this match is a cash grab. Let's just be honest what it is, right?
It's Saudi Mania. Every time they do a Saudi Mania, it's a cash grab.
And all these fans of Logan Paul. And I have to admit, Logan Paul has a fan base that is beyond WWE, right? Yeah. Like, every time he posts things about WWE, it's all these people who are like, whoa, that's so cool, bro. I didn't know you're doing this wrestling thing, blah, blah, blah. And as I alluded to earlier in the podcast, what I wanted to say was I'm very interested and fascinated by how Logan Paul is promoting this, because he is essentially trying to promote this fight to a casual audience, a non-wrestling audience. Do you see some of the memes he put out to kind of promote the fight already?
Like what? No, I haven't.
let's not even talk about the table thing. So that he did like a meme about him looking like a table. That was funny. But he literally said, I'm going to beat your Jason Momoa looking ass right now. And then he started putting memes of Aquaman beside Roman Reigns.
Oh, shit.
So do you realize that's how he's trying to create like relatability to Roman Reigns as a person? Because nobody might know who Roman Reigns is, but everyone can admit like, oh yeah, he kind of looks like freaking Jason Momoa, right? So you go to you go to Logan Paul's Instagram page, right? He actually kind of did a comparison there.
I'm trying to look for his Twitter account right now. Actually, I saw the table thing. Like, I mean, look, at the end of the day, and if anything, maybe the WWE can learn from Logan Paul. They can learn from each other in terms of promotion, how to promote things outside of the WWE ecosystem, right?
Yes, correct.
And leveraging off of Logan Paul's, popularity. Boom, there you go. Today I called. That's funny. Today I called myself a table.
Yeah, so like he can laugh at himself. But the thing is, right? This is gonna help WWE a lot. Let's admit it as what it's right. You see, you can literally see like Logan and Roman, and then like he made some joke about this your Aquaman looking ass and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's how casual fans are gonna be familiarized with Roman Reigns and know like, oh, this guy is the number one guy now. It's no longer John Cena. Maybe they probably watched it and they know John Cena was a champion. It's not The Rock, it's Roman Reigns. So I think this is actually gonna make Roman Reigns more than it's gonna make Logan Paul. My opinion.
Oh. Yeah, for sure. Tovikin says maybe Tony Khan can learn also. Well, I mean, to that point, right? You have Tony Khan's press conferences, which have been a shit show, versus the way they did this press conference, it felt serious, it felt real. And at the end of the day, real is lacking in the pro wrestling genre. Whether you want to admit it or not. You have Chris Jericho coming out and saying, oh, MJF is such a nice boy. Like, come on, man. Quit burying your top heels like that, right? No. Go out there like freaking Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me.
I'm gonna make a prediction. And I'm gonna say that Crown Jewel, it might be the most watched Crown Jewel that they've ever done with Logan Paul.
Sure. Honestly, the rest of the card can be rubbish, and it'll still be watched.
It's a one-match card, and then you know for a fact, Roman's not going to fight in Extreme Rules. So Extreme Rules, unfortunately, is going to feel like a throwaway card.
Yeah.
But once Roman Reigns clears Logan Paul, what's the future of the world title scene then?
I mean, a lot of people have talked about splitting the title somehow. And here's the other thing. Is Theory going to try to cash in again?
Theory, the forgotten man.
Yeah, no, I mean, they've played it off. Every time he's tried to cash in, somebody has hunted him. So
almost like a running joke.
Yeah. So I think the same might happen here as well. Maybe it can be Jake Paul. Jake Paul is like, nope, don't interfere with this match. Whack.
Yeah.
Because Jake Paul is flying to Saudi for this as well.
Has Jake Paul's fight with Anderson Silva happened yet?
I'm not sure. I haven't been paying attention to that. But
he has that. Oh, no, sorry. That match is supposed to be happening the same week that the Saudi Arabia match is going to happen.
Is it?
So it's going to be a big weekend for like the Paul brothers in a way.
Yeah. Wait, Jake Paul, Anderson Silva. Okay, hang on,
Yeah, check, double check.
When is that happening? Let me see. Does anybody know the answer to this, by the way?
Yeah, from what I know, it's the same week. So it's like October or what.
So he got time to like fly over me. Oh, October 29th. So yeah, he has time. So after his fight, October 29th, a few days later, he can fly off to Saudi to do the, appearance at Crown Jewel.
Which is technically October 29th. It's my birthday, Mr.
Hey, what? Okay, I buy for you this card. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. How about that?
Okay, sure. Why not?
Okay, so yeah, it kind of doesn't really matter what else is on the card. I'm sure, because they realize everybody will be paying attention, they will put on a good show. They're not dumb. They realize, okay, Logan Paul's fans are going to watch. The world is watching. Let's try to promote some of our other feuds, other fights as well.
Well, it's going to be a great week. And the best part is it's Halloween. So I don't know, like Crown Jewel during Halloween, very interesting, like amalgamation of holidays.
It's not like they are going to go and dress up. Like, what's there to dress up? Do they celebrate Halloween in Saudi? I don't think so.
No, they don't. I think
exactly.
it's against their religion.
So I don't think it will be a thing in Crown Jewel. Jason says, will the mustache be gone on October 29th, foreign?
No, I think I'm gonna grow it back lah. I'm gonna grow it back. So it was just for that one weekend, guys. So don't worry. Do not be concerned. The mustache is it's really growing, bro. It's just 1 week, just like that.
Yeah. The stash is here to stay, people. The stash is here to stay. Okay, so calling himself a table. Oh, I remember I posted this. Like, Roman's retort should have been this. This is the WWE, son. We break tables here. Oh, shit. That shit. I should write for Roman Reigns. Come on, man.
Bro, to be honest, Roman Reigns' presser, what he said, I think was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta learn to crawl before you walk, and then you gotta learn to walk before you fly. And then maybe one day you can fly with the tribal chief.
Bro, I like my line better. Please don't take it away from me. We break tables here. Come on, let's go. Maybe you put him through a table at Crown Jewel, huh? He'll break the table.
The entire match will revolve around a table. Thanks to
maybe they'll announce, okay, you want to talk about tables? It's a table match.
Oh my god. That would be quite funny. Okay, I'm calling it now. He's gonna do another frog splash on the table, and this time he might miss it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Superman punch. Roman Reigns is gonna do a Superman punch and take that one shot on him, and he's gonna kick out. Probably,
Yeah, probably. I mean, and didn't the Miz like tap xiao a bit on social media, stuff like that? And notice? Yeah. He's like, say? Wait a minute, I can't remember what exactly. I just sort of glanced through social media and I saw he's like trying to get involved, which makes sense because they kind of have a thing as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess he doesn't want to let go of the spotlight, but unfortunately, Miss, we have to admit that you're kind of like a mid-carder in WWE, or like a beloved mid-carder, but you are not the level of Roman Reigns right now. So
what I love is Sami Zayn is involved with yet another sort of mainstream guy, from Johnny Knoxville, and somehow now he's mixing it up with Logan Paul. I'm sure in the lead up, he'll have a match with Logan Paul or something like that.
Bro, Sami Zayn is like to me he's Kurt Angle of this generation.
Yeah.
Because okay, like not the amateur accolades and all that, but if you realize when he was in NXT, he was like the work rate guy, right?
Yeah.
I think he was even more buff in NXT.
Yeah. No, now he's like the promo guy, the character guy.
Yeah, so he kind of have really realized that, oh shit, character work is the thing that's gonna put me over. Yeah. And he doesn't, like it's almost as if he's like underplaying his actual wrestling ability and talent. Even everybody know that he can freaking go, but he's just so much of like this funny character that people don't realize. It's like Kurt Angle lah.
Yeah,
very similar. I love him, man.
So I'm gonna call it. We'll probably see Sami Zayn versus Logan Paul in the lead up, and some sort of combinations there off lah, because you need to give Logan Paul a bit of a warm up right before the event, or do you think that's a giveaway? Should his one return be at Saudi?
Well, they got 7 weeks of television to book, so I do not know whether you can have Logan Paul not doing anything until then.
It could be a beatdown instead of an actual match. They just fight backstage, that kind of thing.
They can book something for Extreme Rules where they are like, you got to get through Sami Zayn or the Bloodline before you can get to Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, something. Oh, I mean, to be fair too, like the way they're promoting this, right? I feel like maybe there'll be no actual contact between Roman and Logan Paul. So I mean, that's the way to do it. Like and the way they've tried to promote this is like a boxing fight. You don't see two heavyweight boxers going at it before. You build anticipation, So maybe Logan Paul's entourage can get into it with the the Bloodline, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, my only question is like, and a lot of people have been asking us to comment on this, is whether he deserves the title shot, and how are the rest of the wrestlers going to react to this?
If they have a brain, and I think most of them are smart enough, right? There's no deserve this, deserve that. As long as what's the phrase? You've mentioned before. A high tide raises all ships, or something like that.
Yeah. Chris Van Vliet said that. Yes.
Yeah, look, if more eyeballs are on the business, it's good for you. You have your own feud on the program. people are going to see it. Hey, and then people who are there to watch Logan Paul all of a sudden say, hey, actually this Kevin Owens guy not bad. Actually this Ricochet guy not bad. Maybe this so and so not bad. You know?
You know who they say? They also will say that not bad if he were to appear at Crown Jewel.
Who?
Lights go out, bro. Bray Wyatt returns.
Wow. I mean,
perfect place.
Yeah, it would be the perfect place, right? When was the last time he disappeared?
Last year's WrestleMania, he lost to Randy Orton.
Oh,
bro.
yeah. That's right. Deserves got nothing to do with it. Exactly, Irvin. Exactly. This is show business. You know? It's like saying, oh, Robert Downey Jr. does not deserve to be Iron Man. Like, what? No. If it fits, if it's the right person at the right time, let's go. Let's make some goddamn money. And with all the extra eyeballs, everyone benefits.
I am of the opinion of what Roman Reigns says. Roman Reigns said, like, I'm happy for you to, be the third match on the card of any pay-per-view that I headline.
Yeah.
That was the best line. And also the fact that, he got how many millions of followers on social media, they're all being brought to the tribal chief, right?
Yeah,
for tribal chief. So
the way he played it off, and you gotta believe that Paul Heyman's like, okay, you say this, you say this, you say this. Like it's just perfect. He is coming off as just this badass. He's like a villain. He is like the head of a crime family, which is his entire gig, his entire gimmick, right?
Yeah. Irvin, I'm also very curious to see what's going to happen.
You mean Mansoor?
Mansoor in his very, shall we say, I do not know what's the word to describe the gimmick. I can't even say the word effeminate because
it's metro. He's
Yes, the very metro gimmick. I don't know how it will how will his hometown fans react to it in Saudi Arabia, bro. Come on.
Sekali, freaking like maximum male models come out and then the crowd just freaking loses their shit for Mansoor and Marseille. Actually, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't even bring Mansoor. Yeah. Poor guy.
They might throw slippers and stones at him. I'm just worried for that.
Hey, don't lie. They are the fans, okay? The fans follow the product. I mean, you gotta bring him, but at the same time, he's not necessary anymore. I think that the WWE have made headway. Like, the female wrestlers don't have to be completely like 100% covered until they slowly made headway, right? First, they got one match. Now they got multiple matches. They're still gonna be covered up, but it's like bodysuit. So it's like slightly more each and every time.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because there's some reports saying that, with Triple H in charge, they're gonna get rid of all dumb gimmicks. Like goodbye to freaking not Elias, what's
Ezekiel,
maximum male model.
Yeah.
Nikki Ash. So it's okay, there is a place for this kind of fun gimmicks, right? I know there are. But what is the ceiling of that gimmick? And most they're gonna be a jobber tag team going for the tag team titles, but not winning, right? So
I mean, there is you could possibly pass them off as like male models, but they don't have to be over the top about it. You know what I mean?
The great thing Div Royalty brought up the whole situation with The Miz and Dexter Lumis.
Right.
So I think The Miz is gonna be a bit preoccupied with that to get involved with Logan Paul.
Sure. No, I mean he's just doing his duty chocho a bit on social media, try to get some buzz for himself and for everybody. Max Dupree. I know everyone has pointed out how he mentioned LA in his promo. He mentioned Night in his promo. I'm like, that is Easter egg stuff. They are really going the way of Marvel. They're smart. They're like, okay, let's just drop a couple of hints here and there. The diehards will know, but it's not so obvious. It won't make the casuals go, what the fuck he's talking about,
Yeah, correct. Overall, we are excited for, WWE still keeping the eyeballs, the conversation about WWE. So Logan Paul is a smart choice to bring back.
Just very quickly talking about the Duprees, right? Whatever they do to repackage them, as long as they don't get rid of Maxine Dupree, can already.
Oh, all right. There have been more thirsty fanboys of Maxine Dupree, even more than Alexa Bliss, bro, coming out, bro. The fans are getting up there, bro.
Alexa Bliss hasn't done shit on Raw. She's just hanging around Asuka.
Bro, she's apparently getting more active on TikTok, bro, from what I've seen. So
okay,
maybe that's where she should be at, huh?
Maybe. Okay, there you go. That's the WWE stuff, Crown Jewel. I mean, it's looking up, you know? If anything, they are looking like a serious sports. You're talking about like presentation, right? You look at that, you look at AEW. I mean, WWE just looks more professional. Period.
Bro, how ironic is it that the one that's presenting it as a sports presentation is actually WWE now?
Yeah, right. Instead of AEW, which has gone completely sideways. Anyway, it is what it is. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and it goes once again to the whole every week got one ladder match, got the rubbish no DQ match, got tournament. It's like, wow, enough. Okay. Let's not go backwards. Let's move forward. Very quickly before we jump into this PWI stuff, right? And we're not going to go through every single 500. That take forever lah. And half the people I wouldn't even know lah. But what about NXT's tease at the end of NXT? So I've been slowly watching NXT again, you know.
Yes, I've heard. So I've heard. Yeah.
I've quietly saw, and I have it in the background. And I have to say, you know, like, okay, I see where stuff is improving. Some of the, like, you know, there are a lot of new names and it's tough to, when the whole 2.0 rebrand happened, what they essentially did was they gutted the entire roster, right? So it was very hard to suddenly get behind all these newbies, these green-ass wrestlers. Now that they've had a bit of time to sort of settle in and, okay, I get this gimmick, I get where that is going, it's like, okay, it's starting to get a little bit better. I mean, they're not going back to black and gold. I think... And I mean, it's kind of gold and white lah, to be honest. It's not black and gold, it's gold and white, right? The logo. But the tease at the end, like, I had goosebumps, bro. It was almost as if like, okay, we know that the past year has been like this cockamamie unicorn vomit nonsense. We are going to be more serious, but also this is still developmental.
Yeah. It's almost like they have NXT 2.0's like font, and then the old NXT's color scheme.
This is NXT 2.1.
Correct. Yeah. I love Shawn Michaels' voiceover. He said something along the lines of we are gonna always acknowledge our past, the people that kind of brought us there, blah blah blah. And maybe this is Triple H's way of saying sorry to the fans lah.
Like, look, the old man, he had his vision. Now we're going with my vision, and this is what you miss probably. And I think it's great for everybody, you know. And yes, there are quite a few new individuals there as well. Quincy Elliott, the Mabel / Goldust, sort of the super diva.
I think guy or girl?
He's a guy, bro, but he sort of acts slightly effeminate, you know.
Oh, he calls himself a diva. Okay,
he calls himself the super diva, right? And he does, like, you know, very Goldust-esque moves, but he's big size like Mabel. Not as big as Mabel, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah, so yeah. I don't hate it. It's not overdone to a point. You know how like old school 80s WWF would have made it super like overdone it to a point where it's disgusting? Like,
can I say that maybe what's gonna happen in this coming NXT iteration is that they're gonna bring back a bit of that work rate credibility of NXT's first gen, and also incorporate some of this like over the top element character based stuff from the second gen and kind of make it a credible association of brand. Right?
But then again, like a character like Quincy Elliott, to me, doesn't scream outrageous because you know a lot of people like this on social media, on TikTok already. This has become very normalized, right? So it's just, if anything, it is representation in a way.
Yeah, and I don't mind. Honestly, I don't mind characters in wrestling because come on, Attitude Era. It's not really a work rate time in the business card.
Yes. I mean, as long as they don't sort of make his character sort of like a caricature, you know, I think it's fine. It's going to be fine, right? When are they going to do an openly gay character? I don't know.
Yeah. So working perfect example, perfect description. Love child of Viscera and Goldust.
Well, there you go. There you go, right? When are we going to see our boy Dante Chen?
I hope he gets a chance. I mean, he has been consistent in NXT level up.
Yeah.
But it's clear that he's kind of still down there in the pecking order. Like he needs a chance, and I hope that comes with like a character change. Or a character evolution, something more to his character. Because right now, what we know about him is Singapore guy, looks like Mortal Kombat, but he looks more.
Okay, so things are looking up for WWE like all across the board. I'm happy to be, to be back watching NXT. Let's just put it that way, okay? Let's move on. Let's.
Sorry, Mati just said, okay lah. He reminded me of myself.
Well, there you go. Let's talk about the Pro Wrestling Insider 500. I mean, we're not going to...
Topic of the day. Topic of the day.
We're not going to go through all 500, but I have the list here, and not only the list, but also like how they evaluate. Okay, so this is how they evaluate. The evaluation period, 1st of July 2021 to June 30th, 2022. So middle of last year to middle of this year. Activity requirements, minimum of 10 matches total or 6 matches in separate months, right? They look at in-ring achievements, so win-loss record, championships, tournaments won. Well, then again, if you are AEW, every week got tournament. Influence, right? Visibility and prestige within a promotion and or the industry. Technical ability, quality of moves, matches, and ring psychology. Let me roll my eyes there. And competition, success against the most varied and highest quality opponents available. So cannot be you're just fighting the same old jobbers over and over again.
Can I just say this? So this list is based on a mixture of kayfabe and shoot criterias.
Yes, I mean,
yeah, right.
Yeah, and also it's very much. Isn't it a voted thing? I'm not sure actually. Somebody help me.
Yes, it's voted. So there's actually a committee, or I think it's they got a bunch of like wrestling related personnel to vote on this. Yeah, no problem. Okay, guys. So this is Kick to the Gut presented by Just Forward.
Let the dog out. There you go.
Marcus for 5 seconds.
Yeah, Marcus Stan is not in the PWI500.
Oh, somebody said that.
Yeah. No, Irvin says, how high is Marcus Stan? He's high somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. But he's not in the goddamn list. He's not tall enough for the list. Anyway.
Oh my god. Okay, let's run through just the top 10. I think
okay. Interestingly enough, I want to run through top 20. Okay?
Okay.
Because rounding out at Chris Jericho doesn't make the top 20, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Jericho is in number 22.
Okay, good for him lah.
If you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Like what major feud has he been in the past year? Like major, not talking about like his shenanigans.
Eddie Kingston.
Okay, barbed wire everywhere. What about match quality? Non-existent. Okay, that moves him down. At number 21, Moose. I don't watch TNA, so I can't say anything about that.
Impact, you mean?
Impact, whatever. Number 20 is Drew McIntyre. And, kudos that they, put him in there.
Yeah. He didn't have the best of years. Because, to be honest, the majority of the time eligibility, he was feuding against Madcap Moss, bro.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, sort of like, okay, respect, like, he held the entire WWE for the pandemic era, right? Yeah. At number 19, Kenny Omega.
Okay, but 9 months out of that 12-month period, he was out injured. So they're basing it on the 3 months that he was world champion, I guess.
Yeah, which makes me roll my eyes. Like, I mean, the bias is real, guys. And look, I know a lot of people don't want to believe it, especially if you're an AEW fan. But as a wrestler, right? Or as a celebrity, if you're constantly being nice to the media, it's just human nature, guys. You will be nice to them. If, for example, if Kanye West grants me exclusive interviews, I can guarantee you all my reviews of Kanye West albums will be fucking good or best. You know what I mean or not? Does that make sense?
I wouldn't put you as a Kanye West fan, but yeah, I can imagine.
I interviewed him before. I've met the man. All right?
How was he?
808 and Heartbreak. So he's very quiet. Very quiet. I've told this story before, but you know what I did when I met him? You imagine this Chinese boy, nerdy ass Chinese boy, right? Because got Kanye West, big hip hop star. I was like, yo, your album is sick. Yo, I was like,
you said that.
The second I said that, I was like, fuck, I embarrassed myself, yeah, in front of Kanye. Yo, your album is sick, yo.
How did he reply? How did Kanye West reply to that?
Typical Kanye West fashion. He just nodded. He's like, I know.
I know.
He didn't say thank you or anything, He's like, yeah, I know. Like, he didn't say a word. He just not say, yeah, I know. Walao.
What kind of questions you actually asked him, bro? I'm curious not to know.
Okay, it was a listening party. It wasn't an interview. So he didn't want to talk to nobody. It's like, it's him, right? But okay, anyway, that tangent aside, back to my point, right? If the Young Bucks and Omega are always talking to Dave Meltzer, always talking to Brian Alvarez, all those quote-unquote wrestling media people. It's impossible not to have a bias. Are they non-biased? Sure, maybe. But let's face it, we know Meltzer and all those guys are not, right?
Yes, correct. I mean, at the end of the day, let's be clear. This is not a Dave Meltzer list. PWI is not any of the Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer. They're separate people, right?
Sure.
But the previous year, the number one guy was Kenny Omega.
Yeah, and
so he dropped quite a huge chunk. Even though 19 is pretty high up, he dropped like 9 places.
Honestly, there are many people on top of him that some people below him that definitely should be higher than him. But once again, this is subjective, not an objective list. There's no such thing as an objective list anyway, because everyone views these things differently, right? Hey, what does budak mean?
Oh boy.
Boy. Oh, okay. Fia say Mr. Yang like budak.
I think maybe that era of you, Mr. Yang, in 2008, you look like boy.
Jason says, who is number 69? 69 is Tom Lawler. Tom Lawler, as in the MMA guy?
Yes, Tom Lawler does professional wrestling as well, Mr. Yang.
What? Random.
Yeah, he was, I think he wrestles for MLW, Major League Wrestling.
Now that I'm looking at the list, right? Freaking Tom Lawler is 69. 67 is Wardlow. Edge is 65. Ciampa is on top of Edge. How?
What did Ciampa do in NXT that is more important than Edge's trio of rivalries with Seth Rollins?
Hasn't Ciampa been on Raw this whole time jobbing?
Okay, he was on Raw like after, I think, War Games. Yeah, but jobbing lah. Not whatever Edge has been doing for sure.
Wait, hang on. How is Wheeler Yuta on top of Wardlow, Malachi Black, AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sami Zayn, Kofi Kingston, Riddle, Gunther, Theory? That is some bullshit, is what this is.
Bro, clearly you haven't been seeing Wheeler Yuta, part of BCC.
Oh, you want to say BBC? You want to say BBC,
right? He winning all these pure titles. You don't know, pure title is a prestigious title in the wrestling business, bro.
Fuck yeah. Put it on Dynamite and drop 400,000 viewers. Very, very prestigious indeed.
Okay, let's stay on track. Yes.
Okay, stay on track. Number 18, Adam Cole, baby. Like, okay, I have to keep in mind the time frame. But what has he done in the past year? From last year, mid-year?
Didn't he lose to Orange Cassidy?
Yeah, like, has he actually had a major win? Unless you take into account his Twitch channel, then okay, maybe he got win some shit lah. Maybe he won some video games. But honestly, like, objectively speaking, what has he done in the past year that would warrant him number 18? On top of Kenny Omega.
The only thing I can remember, and you know what? I don't blame you for forgetting. He won the Owen Hart Cup tournament.
Oh, right. Another tournament we forgot to bring up. But see, that's not his fault. It is Tony Khan's fault. Too many tournaments. None of it makes any sense.
My BBC's slip will never be forgotten.
Okay, how is Adam Cole on top of Drew McIntyre then?
Again, the Owen Hart Cup tournament is a very prestigious inaugural tournament.
Stop!
Clearly.
All right, let's move on. Number 17, Seth Rollins. Fine. He's in the top 20. It makes sense, right? I mean, he's consistently there at the upper mid card. MJF at number 16.
Honestly, he should have been top 10.
Yeah, I agree. Like, in terms of just compelling television, and I guess, okay, compelling television is not one of the criteria. It's just wins. I guess he hasn't had that many high-profile wins, so it kind of makes sense.
So, like, MJF has, okay, maybe it's because he hasn't had enough matches, because he doesn't really wrestle that regularly.
Yep.
Could be it. But I think in terms of, like you said, in terms of star power, he should be top 10.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hiroshi Tanahashi. That one, I don't know what he's been doing in New Japan, so...
Tanahashi is still contending for the top titles, even at his age, so, good for him.
Josh Alexander. Impact guy, right?
I don't watch Impact enough, but he has been in the world title picture. He has won the title, so, yeah.
Irvin says Darby Allin higher than Orton. Well, Orton was out. Like, when did he get injured, Orton?
I thought he got injured after WrestleMania. Right? He was at WrestleMania.
Was he? So
No, he was, because he was at WrestleMania Backlash. They had the tag team title match, remember?
This year's WrestleMania.
No, WrestleMania Backlash. Remember they wanted to make a unified title match.
Yeah,
That should
yeah.
have been the main event, but they
Ah.
didn't do it.
Wait, so he has at least half a year's worth of work, and yet they ranked Darby Allin higher than Orton. Okay, bro. Okay.
You know, the only thing I remember from WLN this entire year
Yeah.
was his match with CM Punk or CM Punk's debut 1 year ago.
Yep. It's
This
sad
entire year,
because
I don't know anything.
yeah, he's another one of the AEW pillars that has gotten over, and Tony Khan doesn't know how to capitalize. He's just been floundering. He's been just showing up with Sting, have coffin matches, have random bullshit. Like, he appeals to that sort of alt crowd, that like grungy, like, oh, hey, yo, whatever, I'm very depressed. I don't know, whatever, you know what?
Trying to be crunchy.
I don't know what, like, but you know, he definitely has his audience, and when he does his dives and everything, at least he looks like he's throwing his body into it, right? Like, I appreciate that. I don't like, you know, like when you put him up against like some of the bigger stars, it's like, okay, he looks like a child, but he definitely has Jeff Hardy vibes. Like, he'll just throw his entire body at you, and he's gotten over. But he keeps fighting like people of his level and not any higher, so he's never elevated.
I feel like he lost a lot of his momentum. I think last year he was even better last year.
Best booker of 2022. You can thank that guy. Let's move on. Number 13, Matt Cardona. Okay, hasn't he been like winning titles on the indies like left, right, and center or something?
Yeah, this one, honestly, I think I can see the argument for why he is this high.
Yeah.
He has been, game changer wrestling champion. He has won titles in MLW. Basically he has won, even in Impact, he hasn't won the big one in Impact, but he has won some mid-tier titles. So he has a name now. He's much more serious as a character. But honestly, I can't see him being bigger than Adam Cole.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense too. Like you said, right? Like, he's sort of he's the king of the indies, I guess. Number 12, interestingly, Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley. Let me see. Jon Moxley was away for like 3 months of last year. He only came back in January. But I admit, since he came back in January, he has been like a high-performing, one of the bigger draws in AEW, regardless of...
Yeah, like him or not, his stupid crap with the, what's that guy's name? The Iffy? Effie, yeah, whatever lah. F that guy lah, huh? But, despite all that kind of stuff, he's been portrayed as a top guy. He's wrestled top guys in AEW. So it makes sense that maybe he should be a little bit higher. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. And when we get to number 10, I will argue that Jon Moxley, even though I don't like some things he does, he should be in the top 10 and not number 10, right?
Yeah.
Irvin says Gunther at 91. What's the date range? Okay, the date range is last year, middle of the year, July, to this year, June. So technically, Gunther at number 91 makes sense because Gunther has only had his run like recently in the last few months. So that makes sense, right, bro? Yeah. Number 11, Shingo Takagi. Okay, this one, another one, New Japan. Don't follow, so I don't know what he's been doing.
He won the World Championship for a bit, right?
Yeah.
So that's it. So
number 10, Jonathan Gresham.
Interesting.
See, this brings me to my point. How is Jon Moxley lower than Jonathan Gresham? Like, yeah, he was the ROH champion for that period, but ROH had no show. Who was watching ROH?
ROH was the thing until December last year, and then they took a break for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then they came back with that first show, Supercard show with Tony Khan. And then the second Supercard show, he lost his title.
Correct. So why is he in the top 10? Somebody explain this to me.
Wait. Remember, didn't he complain like when he was fighting with Tony Khan? One of his reasons complained that, do you know how high up I was on the PWI list?
I mean, this year he can go, I'm number 10. I'm top 10.
Yeah. So he still can lay claim to that fact lah.
That's sad. Okay, like as much as I dislike some of the stuff Mox does, he deserves to be higher up. He was AEW champion, and he was contending for that championship versus Jonathan Gresham, who was the champion of a show that doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Big E at number 9. When did Big E get injured?
Not Big T, yeah? Sorry, Big T.
No, not Big T, but Big E, yeah.
He got injured, let me think. Okay, he was world champion at the start of the eligibility period.
Yep.
He dropped his title at day 1, right? To Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar, I can't remember. Brock Lesnar. and then he got injured right before WrestleMania. So like 6 months of the eligibility period.
Does he deserve top 10?
No, I'm sorry, Big E. Like Big E was great at the start of the year.
Yeah.
But I think Moxley should have been higher, and at the very least.
Definitely top 20 lah. Huh? We can agree on that. Okay, number 8, El Hijo Del. Who the hell is that?
El Hijo what?
El Hijo Del. ELHIJO, or is it Hijo? DEL. Is this fella like a AAA R fella or what?
I think he's a AAA or
yes, AAA R. He's the current AAA R mega champion.
Okay, got it. Well, nobody watches it outside of Mexico, but Mexico has a huge fan base, so disregard that.
Yeah, this is based on the competition and technical ability, so maybe the influence not there, but everything else got, huh? The chat is talking about how FE is higher than Theory, by the way. FE at 95, Theory at 96, which, goes to show you the credibility of this list. Anyway.
Clearly, Vince McMahon is not well regarded in this list.
They like the guy who's putting his hands in his trunks more than, Vince McMahon's favorite boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 7, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely a top 10 at the very least.
Sure. In terms of work rate, was this his heel run actually? I think so, right?
His heel run.
Yeah, and
this starts from his AEW debut all the way until now.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that, especially his heel stuff. Like his current BCC stuff, not that happening. But his heel run, definitely compelling. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Number 6. Red Tete Man himself. Adrenaline in my soul. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Yeah, Cody Rhodes was doing great all the way up until June. Just nice. The eligibility period just ended.
So he was lighting it up, doing his Seth Rollins stuff, leaving AEW, causing big waves in the WWE. So this one makes sense as well, right? Top 5, top 10. Interestingly enough, Bobby Lashley at number 5 on top of Cody Rhodes.
Well, Bobby Lashley was a champion this entire year, and Cody Rhodes wasn't.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Sure. Wait, Bobby was US champion in this time frame, right?
Yep. Okay. Correct. World champion as well.
Yes. Number 4, and I don't agree with this whatsoever. Hangman Adam Page.
My argument for it, and let's be fair, he was world champion the entire time of this, except for 2 months where he dropped the title at Double or Nothing.
Okay.
But most of the year, he was AEW champion.
And he was feuding with Bryan Danielson, which was arguably a good feud. But a lot of it was because of Bryan Danielson and not Hangman Page.
And to be fair, his title challenges, defenses, he defended the title against CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole. So he had a solid title run, but he just wasn't the best guy on the show. That's unfortunately the case.
Okay, so you line him up against people like MJF, John Moxley, Seth Rollins, right?
Yep.
Would you rank him higher? Is my point. Because he's there on top of Bobby Lashley, Cody Rhodes, Bryan Danielson, Big E.
He will be in the mix, but I don't think he should be higher, for sure.
Okay. Number 3, CM Punk.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of drawing power, then again, you have to try to fit, and I don't remember I'm terrible with dates, right? But fitting him into this time frame of July to June. Was he active?
Okay, don't let the last 2 weeks, spoil your memory of CM Punk, because he came into AEW in August of last year, right? And August all the way until he dropped his title in June.
Yeah.
He was on the run of his career. Best year he had in his career, in my opinion, in terms of feuds, in terms of he was must-see television. So yeah, number 3 for sure. And he won the world title.
Okay. Yeah. And he had the feud with MJF. Who else did he feud with?
MJF, he had a great feud with Eddie Kingston. It was even though it was for 1 month only.
Yeah.
And Darby Allin, and then after the MJF, he gunned for the title against Adam Page. So
there you go. What burns me is we might never get to see CM Punk versus Bryan Danielson as a feud.
Let's just pray that he comes back and makes amends, because Bryan Danielson might be the champion by that perfect time.
Maybe. Okay, number 2, Okada. That one, once again, I cannot comment because I don't watch New Japan. Is he reigning champion in New Japan, or has he been holding?
Okada dropped the title, I think, at Dominion to Jay White. Remember Jay White, Forbidden Door, he had the title?
Yeah.
But
Where is Jay White, huh?
Jay White is not even in the top 20.
No, Jay is 23. Oh, interestingly enough, Braun Breaker is in at 26. Okay.
Good for Braun Breaker. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
This must be his debut year in PWI.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't really there in the previous year. Okay, finally at number one. Is it any surprise to anybody? And I don't think anybody can, debate this, right? Roman Reigns at number one. Like, I dare anybody to say otherwise, that Roman Reigns is not number one.
You know what's an interesting statistic?
What?
You take away Kenny Omega from last year, right? The last 4 years, right? The number one of PWI is all Shield members, bro.
Oh, is it?
2019, it was Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had that great year as babyface champion before the Fiend destroyed him.
Right.
So that was one. John Moxley was the number one during the pandemic.
Okay.
Even over Drew McIntyre. So yeah, he was a great pandemic champion for AEW.
Yep.
And then Roman Reigns. So this is Roman Reigns' second PWI, bro.
Nice. All the haters, I remember when he's overpushed, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually trying to see if Logan Paul is on the list. Logan Paul is not on the list.
Bro, why do you even check that? It's clear he was.
I know, but for fun, you never know, the table might be here,
Yeah, okay. Roman Reigns, well deserved. He is literally the head of the table. He has been acknowledged by PWI. Come on.
Yes. And there's no arguing. He's beaten everybody and anybody. Brock Lesnar. I mean, where is Brock Lesnar, actually? Does he even figure?
Honestly, I think Brock Lesnar might not qualify because he is too...
He hasn't had 6 matches in that calendar year. He's only here once in a while. But, it's fine. I'm just trying to see who are the interesting names that show up here on this list.
Do you subscribe to the PWI or do you buy it or what?
No. There's a full list that is out.
Nice. Perfect.
Nick and Matt Jackson are at 133 and 134.
Where is FTR?
FTR, okay, so we have to go by their actual names.
Just click by their names, Dex or what?
Oh my god. No Cash Wheeler. Dex. Oh, Dex Harwood have. Cash Wheeler don't have. What, Pai says here. Dex is at 101.
You know why? I think because Cash hasn't had enough singles matches in this 1 year.
What? Kyle O'Reilly is on top of Dex Harwood.
Well, Kyle O'Reilly's NXT run would have been included in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Who is Ninja Mac? Ninja Mac is at number 99.
Ninja, I think he's an Impact guy. I might be wrong. I don't know.
Sami Zayn at number 84. That's a crime. He should be higher up.
Okay. If Sami Zayn can continue his momentum from his honorary Uso period this year, I think he will be top 20 for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of it has to do with winning championships, and he hasn't won a championship not in a while. The last one he had was the Intercontinental title, right? So, I feel like if there were a fan vote, it would be different versus like an expert vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Well, we shall see. I think we got one more year to debate, but it's undisputed. No pun intended, that Roman Reigns is number one, right?
I'm super curious going down this list right now. Actually, where are the ladies? How come we don't see any Charlotte, any Becky?
They will. So PWI has expanded. Last time they have everything combined. Now they're going to have a PWI500 for women as well. And a PWI for tag teams.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Wait,
Separate
Willow
list,
Nightingale is in? Hey, Willow Nightingale is at 208. Isn't Willow Nightingale a lady?
Yeah. They will have a PWI 100 for women though.
Wait, I'm so confused. How is Becky Lynch not in this? Oh, was she out? No, she came back at SummerSlam.
Yeah, she should be in the list. She should be eligible.
I don't see her on the list.
PWI will have a women's list, yeah.
No, but then why is Willow Nightingale on this main list?
I have no idea, bro.
Is she the only woman?
We gotta ask the PWI people there.
Wait, because intergender. Is Willow Nightingale an intergender wrestler then?
Okay, maybe that could mean she might have had like matches, indie matches with like at least 10 guys, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense then, because I don't see any woman on this list other than I saw Dominic Mysterio.
he is technically a man lah. So
What the hell? Dominic Mysterio is higher up than Jake Hager. Max Dupree.
I mean, what high profile match Jake Hager has had that, Dominic has had more high profile matches, bro. Come on.
Grayson Waller. Tajiri is on the list. What?
He's still wrestling.
Okay. Oh, who is that? Wait, did I see Rhea or something? Oh no, it's Red Titus. No idea who that is. Well, a lot of these guys are probably like,
Bro, you said you
indie guys.
won't go through everyone on the list. Now you're starting to check out everything. Already.
No, I'm curious, bro. I'm curious. Sunny Kid's higher than Dolph Ziggler. Wow. Let's not go to that. Actually, is there a PWI women?
They will release it, but not as early as the men. Because technically they should release it end of the year.
Oh, understand. Okay, whatever lah. Anyway, that's enough wrestling for one day. We need to go and do what we need to go and do. And everybody in chat, thank you so much for hanging out. We appreciate it. If you haven't already, come join us on our Discord. Hit the like on the video. Hit subscribe. Why are you not subscribed?
Bro, they're still going strong. There's still 14 viewers here right now. So I appreciate you guys for staying the last 2 hours and 15 minutes. Much respect, you guys. So if you guys want to support us, please, yes, keep liking this YouTube live stream as well as consider pledging your support for Patreon.
Absolutely. Right? All the links are in the description. You know what to do. Okay, bro, we're going to go and have fun this weekend at Grapple Max's Gold Standard. Of course, we'll come back and talk about it over the weekend, like we mentioned earlier. Yes. Next week won't be a live stream because of, work commitments, that kind of thing, adulting stuff, right?
Yeah, I'll kind of figure out what my schedule is going to be like, which days I can actually do this podcast like live. But I will let you guys know as soon as possible because October is going to be a big month, right? For wrestling with Crown Jewel, Extreme Rules. So it's going to be a great month ahead.
Absolutely. In the meantime, of course, come hook up with us.
Yes, Mr. Young.
I've had a long day, goddammit.
Okay, for sure.
All right, let's get out of here. I am the table. It is Mr. Young.
And it's for in the building. Have a great week ahead.
Don't forget, I'm the table. The table. God damn it, I'm the table.
Kick to the gut. I like it.